Yo, how is everyone?
What's going on, mate?
No comments. How you going? How you going, Brad?
Not bad. Just chilling in the car. I heated up my lunch and bloody sat in it, and now I'm getting the missus to bring me a spare set of shorts because my pants are all soggy from some sort of beef and rice. So it's a bit soggy in the car at the moment. But other than that, mate, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. So you've been doing the rounds on the live streams, haven't you, mate? You've been out and about on the lives.
Yeah, just trying to pass. I was gonna say pass myself around. That's not what I meant. Just want to get on a feature this year. Do some more content with other creators like yourself, mate. So yeah, it's been good even during work. Just half an hour, just kick it with who's around and whatnot. And send you on a few lives as well, mate. This is the first time we've teamed up on a live stream before, so should be good.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've bloody done a live on my own channel for about a year now, just
Yeah,
over a
true.
year, I reckon. So yeah. Anyway, we got a question here. So thoughts on Hugh McCluggage. What do you reckon, Brad?
I've never really been a huge fan of him. I think he's more of a draft pick just because of CBAs and sometimes you can sit on the wing a bit. But he generally scores pretty well anyway. Like he's been consistent for the last 2 or 3 years, but not for me. I think there's better picks out there. What do you think of him?
I feel like he always has those games where he goes 130, 140, and he does it in consecutive weeks, and then he drops like a 60 or something. So I don't know. He's always kind of averaged around the same mark. I don't think this year will be any different. So there's not really any signs to it being any different anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll talk about our trades. So what are you thinking if you want to share them?
Yeah, I'm getting rid of probably Sheezel. I know this is like a hot topic with what do you do with Sheezel and Gorn, but I'm going Sheezel to Whitfield or Sinclair. I haven't really decided on which. And then I'm getting rid of Horn Francis. That's a definite. And Campo, because he hasn't been named again for tomorrow night. And I'm turning them into Humphrey and Maric and just hoping one of them is a keeper and the other just makes you 150k and just hope for the best, mate. What are you doing for yours?
So I assume you already got Baz.
Yeah, I've already got Baz. I started him.
Yeah, started Baz. Okay. Mine is well, we're doing short to Bice. We're going Campo to Baz and then Foss to Maric. We've got about 210k in the bank, and then we're going to try move all that money that we got in the bank to what's it called? Flynn to Briggs next week.
Oh, you still got Flynn.
Yeah, R2 baby.
Oh no, you did it. You did it, Steve. No.
Yeah, I've written it as well, and I don't know. I'm kind of glad I didn't get Sherry last week.
Yep.
Because thinking about doing that. But I think waiting one more week, Briggs will go down 50k or around that, and I can just do one trade, Flynn to Briggs next week.
Yep.
We're
Do you
back on
see Briggs? Sorry, do you see Briggs as a keeper?
I could see him being like a flex keeper.
Yep.
Like I can chuck him at flex, take his good scores and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, he'll hover around that 500 to 550 mark all year. He won't do anything absolutely amazing and he probably won't go to 600k at all. So just look around that 100 average would be perfect for now, especially considering starting Flynn. I mean, the rest of my team looks great. I'm not complaining about that. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. What's your rank at the moment?
15k. What about you?
I can't remember exactly, but just inside 2k.
Yeah, right. Bloody
So
good as.
yeah, I'm
Top
flying.
1%.
Yeah, that's right. Top 1%. I've got most of the right rookies as well. Like you always miss one or two. Like I didn't get Reed from Fremantle. Other than that, like this rookies are so bipolar sometimes. Like they're scoring you 51 week and then 90. And you just don't know who to field half the time. Like I know it sounds stupid, I almost didn't field Davison because of that wing roll. And lucky I fielded him instead of another rookie. He goes 129 and beat all my primos, but TDK.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, same here. I mean, with wingers, they're especially rookies, because they can score so highly on any given week. You probably have to field them during best 18 because, like, if they get a good score, you're going to take it. So, yeah, I picked all the decent rookies as well. It was just pretty much, it was just Murphy Reed, and that's about it, I think. I'm not going to be able to get Murray's this week, which I'm a bit annoyed at. I think he's probably going to be better than Bice, but oh well, it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, next week, I don't know what defender rookies to field. I'm so confused because when it goes straight back to best 23, and I've got Bice, Reed, Pryor, and Trainer, I have no clue which ones to field. Probably Bice is the most obvious one to field, but apart from that, not too sure.
Probably Pryor out of those other two because he's probably got a better floor.
Yeah, definitely a better floor.
Yeah, maybe not the ceiling, but
yeah, definitely. Probably if you go on ceiling, you go Trainer or Reed, but yeah, for just a good old solid average, then Pryor. Anyway, thinking of LDU to Rory Laird. What I don't even know what LDU's been doing. Or Laird, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I like Laird, but he'll definitely get DPP, so he'll be all right for your back line, but I'm not sure if it's what I'd be going for. I'd maybe go LDU up to like Anderson or something like that if I was doing that.
So LDU's gone 88, 108, 63.
Oof.
He normally does pretty well on Sydney. Could get tagged, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he normally does all right against Gold Coast, but Gold Coast midfield looks elite this year. So, and then he's got Carlton. So, and he's gone down 40K already, with a break even of 150. So, yeah, if you want to get rid of LDU, I'd probably go Rowell.
Yeah, I don't mind either or Rowell or Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. One or the other. But yeah. Oh, here we go. Damn. Thank you, Yaron. Finally caught alive with Supercoach God, and I cop a bonus of Supercoach Pro. No questions. Just a g'day and go pies, and appreciate your content. Thanks, mate. That's the first ever donation on the Supercoach God channel. So
Nice.
there you go. You're right for it, Brad. Thanks, Yaron. Humphreys or Maric?
Probably Humphrey because the CBAs are like high 30s to low 40s, even with Flanders in the side, and probably the fixture suits Humphrey. Like he's got Adelaide, North, and Richmond. I was a Maric fan before. I'm just gonna get out of here for a sec. But I think if I was to choose one of the two, it'd be Humphrey based on the fixture.
Yeah, I think Humphreys. I don't know how he's going to score in Adelaide. That could be anywhere between a 50 and a 120. So I don't know what he's going to do there. But if the CBAs keep up, my only concern with Humphreys is the when Flanders gets more game time.
Yeah,
he only had 67% and about the same amount of CBAs as Humphreys. So yeah, that'd be my only concern because we know Humphreys isn't we know Flanders isn't going to go down back anymore because they picked up Rioli and Noble. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's got to go somewhere and probably most likely CBAs. I personally prefer the Maric pick.
Yep.
I think he's got the perfect role. We saw in the preseason a report came out that Shannon Hearn was coaching him to play the Shannon Hearn role. And we know how good that was for SuperCoach back in the day. So yeah, I mean, if he can do half of what Shannon Hearn could do in that role, it'd be elite. Even if he just goes, I reckon it's probably a success if he goes 90s.
Yep.
Probably be a success. So if you can get to top 8, top 6, that'd be incredible. But I doubt that's going to happen. But yeah, probably Maric is the safer of the two, I'd say. Humphrey's, I feel like it's more of a quick cash play than because he's got North and West Coast in 2 weeks in a row. So yeah, he could go big in those weeks.
I agree.
Doing Rosie, JHF, Foss to Ranken, Whitfield, and Bice. Not looking back. That's huge.
It's a little bit sideways, but like I probably don't get the Rosie trade, but the Horn Francis makes sense. Bice is probably almost a must-have rookie. Like now the Mills is out for a couple more weeks. His job security looks pretty good. He's a good scorer as well. Whereas I don't know, I'd be doing Rosie part of that. Like a Rosie had one bad game, whereas his previous scores like 130 and a 133. So Essendon kind of apparently I didn't get this game, but because I had a few drinks, but Essendon like did a team tag apparently I heard on Rosie, and I think Rosie will probably be better when Butters comes in the next week or so as well. What do you think about the Rosie side of things on this?
Yeah, I think Rosie's not going to be getting any tags as soon as Butters comes back, and we know that. So I wouldn't be trading out Rosie. I've got Rosie. I'm going to stick fat. Hope he's a keeper. But the thing with Rosie, he always drops these scores. He always drops these 60, 70 scores. So I wouldn't be too concerned. We know he's got a pretty average floor. So JHF, I understand why you're getting him out. Personally, I'm going to hold. I don't really want to get rid of a player that I think still can be a primo. Because when he's at his absolute best, he's an absolute jet. Just the weekend was such a hard watch because he was so fumbly. He couldn't pick up the ball. He was dropping uncontested marks. It was quite ridiculous, and he still got an 82. So, I mean, I'm gonna ride the wave. Hopefully, it pans out, and hopefully, he rewards me for holding him. But yeah, I love the Whitfield pick, and Rankin's he's a must-have at some point. Whether you get him in now or maybe hope for his price to drop at some point, I don't know. He's probably almost at his cheapest now. So, and then Bice probably must-have. Maybe Bice or Marius. You can go either way. I think they could average similar amounts. Bice is probably safer, considering he's playing the back line. And Marius was playing a bit back line too, I think. So, but yeah, I think Bice mature age, good. So yeah, I don't hate them, but Rosie, I think you're jumping the gun a bit on Rosie. Are you down the mines, Brad?
Nah, not down the mines. I'm just supervising from a distance. The missus bought me some shorts. I wasn't even joking about sitting in my dinner before. So that's why I hopped out the car for a second. But yeah, definitely not the mines. I'm actually claustrophobic, so I wouldn't do well in the mines. I'd get a bit weird.
Yeah. Most likely going to get Rowell and Baz this week. I mean, if you do that, that's huge.
Yeah.
I still am a bit concerned with Rowell because I think he's that player that always goes well in the first 5 or 6 weeks of the year, and then he kind of flattens out and averages just over 100 for the rest of the year. But apparently he's had this new sprint coach. He's done all this work on his outside game. I don't hate if I didn't have other concerns about my team, I'd probably be getting Rowell in this week. So I don't hate the Rowell pick at all. What do you reckon, Brad?
Yeah, maybe he's been eating better grass this time. Have you seen that photo?
Yeah.
Weird unit he is, but I still prefer Anderson. I think the captain responsibility will probably make his floor a little bit better because he'll be sort of under pressure to do so well. And then Anderson's got more of a complete game. Like I think he's a bit more of a goal kicker, it feels, than Rowell. Whereas Rowell dominates in contested and wet games, but when it's a fast game, sort of similar to Tom Green, when the ball's pinballing from half back to half forward, they're pretty slow when it comes to trying to get to every stoppage. So Yeah, for me, I'm sort of looking at that hybrid player that has contested and has outside. I don't think I think Rowell's a bit of a downhill skier, and also I think he has hot starts and then slow finishes majority of the seasons that we've seen anyway. So I don't mind the pick because their fixture, Gold Coast in general, is pretty damn good, and he's an absolute pod. But I still prefer Anderson just.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, yeah, Anderson's kind of the complete Supercoach player
Yep.
on paper, really.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if Rao continues to get this outside ball, there is a world where he's M1,
Yep.
some weird universe that he's M1. But yeah, Murray, how's it going, mate? Bring in Bison Baz. Thinking of skipping Humphrey, Maric, and Marias to go short to Whitfield. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Yep.
Short to Whitfield's a great trade. I've thought about short to Whitfield throughout this week instead of bringing in a Maric or even a Baz, but I was never not going to get Baz. But yeah, I don't hate it at all. Skipping Humphrey and Maric. I mean, a lot of people aren't getting any of them. I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't getting any. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I don't think Humphrey and Maric are like a must-have either. It could also be the play where they become like an SDK and a Fraser type, where they both completely fail this week and we look stupid. But their negative break even is just a cash play anyway. A Humphrey I see as a 4-week play and then sell him for 150k more. And worst case scenario, I have to buy Horn Francis again. There might only be like 20k difference between Humphrey while Horn Francis come down or something like that. As for Maric, the role's definitely better, taking kick-ins, Govs out for 2 to 4 weeks, but they're definitely not must-haves. I don't think anyone's really must-have unless they're like a rookie with a, 120k price point and they're like a negative 70 or something like that. But yeah, I think Baz is almost a must-have just because how well he can score. He's probably top 8 forward. And I hate short as a pick. Like I'm a Tigers man, as you probably know. And
Yeah.
I'd be getting rid of short before I fixed any other primos personally, just because I know how crap he is. But yeah, Whitfield has the better run out of those primos up there as well. So yeah, I love the Whitfield to from short move for sure. I think short's a dud, to be honest. I think you hover around the price, you might get a couple of spike scores, but yeah, I think it's just a waste of space. I'd almost go short to Roberts or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad trade either. Would you say you need to bring in Whitfield this week, or you can wait a week on Whitfield? 115 break even.
You can probably wait a week, but I think he's a good fallback captain for the next 2 weeks. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at Zorko to Whitfield this week if I bring in Whitfield. So best 18 too. He's one of those guys who can give you 140, 150. So I don't think any primos are must have around 600k because we've seen it before. When you pay up these primos, you get burnt and then they get, sub whatever they're worth anyway. So I don't know. I wouldn't get FOMO about Whitfield. It's more about a team balance thing, but I definitely think short to Whitfield is valid because you've got a guy that's probably top 4 or 5 in the back line, and you're getting rid of a guy who's probably around the 20th mark, who's probably just a D7 at best, and that's not being offensive. That's just my thoughts on that.
He's just scoring like a good rookie, to be
Yeah,
honest, like really
yeah,
good rookie.
pretty much.
So average of 81 or something like
Yep.
that. Probably what he averages for the year. So I'd try and get out of it as soon as possible. I held for a week because I thought, oh, St Kilda, surely he tons up. Like I'm not going to just trade him when he's playing the best team to play against for half backers.
Yep.
And then he gets an 89, outscores Trainer who I have on my bench, like who's 300k cheaper. Like, yeah, I don't know. Do we move on Camporelli now? I think so. I think
Yep.
so. It's an easy swap to a Moraes or a Bice or any of those players. So I wouldn't get rid of your dead rookie now because otherwise you're just gonna have him on your bench for weeks and weeks, and you can't use him in upgrade season because there's no money there to cash in on. So, yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to have to get rid of him this week, but I'm turning him and Horny Man into those two mid prices.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've got to even get rid of Leak in the back line, but I'm waiting one more week for Travalia if he's not named sub or whatever. He scored like an 82 or 83 against Tigers. So I've got to save money for that as well. So I'm doing the same, getting off these dead rookies, trying to create cash gen, and then upgrade my team earlier. I'm going to waste a few boosts, but I don't really care. I'm just trying to play aggressive like abs.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we want to win, we kind of have to. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Michael spring coach out of contract. I reckon he finishes M1. That's in regards to Rowell. So big call by Michael. Yaron, the 3 to 4 rookie mid structure was looking so good. Now I'm scared to field one of them. Even with Young returning, I'm still confident with Nod, but sheesh. Yeah, I think 3's fine for if you have 4 and you have a Will Day this week as well, you would not be looking good. I think I've seen a team with Will Day this week and 4 rookies on field already. So yeah, you wouldn't like that. Just hope they all do what the defensive and forward rookies did last week, I guess. Yeah, what do you reckon?
I think like I'm pretty comfortable. I think I've got 3 rookies in midfield. I'm pretty confident with Nod. Ashcroft's generally pretty good. I think the wet weather didn't suit him. And then the third player was probably Lindsay, but I've got to wait for him to come back. But I mean, I've got players like Max Hall as well on the sidelines, and then Henderson, who's a little bit hot and cold because of the role. But yeah, I'm not really too worried about midfield rookies. I'm more worried about the forward rookies because one week they're like a really high ceiling, then the next minute they're giving you a 40 like Power Pepper does. So for me, rookies are all the same anyway. Like as long as we quickly upgrade them as quick as we can, and this is why I want to take the chance of those 2 mid prices, and hopefully, look, there's a world where none of them become keepers. But if Humphrey or Maric become a keeper, and you've jumped on them for that price, you're laughing. Like at worst, I can turn Humphrey. I've already thought about it with that TPP as like my F7 M9 if he averages low 90s just for coverage. So there's always plans for these kind of guys. But O'Driscoll's a must-have. Like if you missed him or Murphy Reed, I think there's still value where those 2 players are, regardless of Young coming back in.
Yeah. Well, let's say Humphrey or Maric score another 110, 120 this week, especially in regards to Humphrey. Would you hop on next week if you didn't have him? Humphrey scores another 110. That break even's juicy. You're probably going to get him for 340k. And you got 2 really good matchups coming up.
Yeah, I probably would. It depends who I'm hopping off, though. Like if Horn Francis went another 70, then you do it. But I wouldn't ruin my team for it, I guess, on that. But if he goes like 110 against Adelaide, I'm almost like reluctant to think that he could be like a top 8 because I'm almost convinced by then if you can do that against them, maybe you are worth a shot. You know, he could be a keeper for 330 and you might have a justification for doing that. So
yeah. The only thing with Humphrey, I mean, he's done this in the past, hasn't he? He's scored 200s in a row, 2 or 3, and then one year I think he did well for people who picked him up, and then another year he did pretty crap. So yeah.
Humphrey did that in his draft year. I think his 23 season he did that, a 4-week purple patch of like averaging 100. Last year, Dimmer used him as sub half a dozen or more times. And then this year, he must have had a decent preseason because now he's actually popping off. So he's a third-year player. He's only 20 years and 6 months. So he's 21 in probably by the end of the season, roughly. So I think we're probably a year or 2 early, but there's a chance he wouldn't be the worst F6 if you were tight for cash and your cash gen was pretty crap, come 10 weeks' time. So
Yeah, I reckon they're hoping for him to be there. Dimmer's hoping for him to be the next Dusty type player. So
Yeah.
probably the only one that can be in that team.
Yep.
But yeah, Rosie will get tags. Just seeing when Zach comes in, like if he comes in, I may look back. Yeah, I mean, Rosie might get a tag this week, but I doubt when Butters comes back he's going to be getting any tags. I
Agreed.
even I mean, and I think Port have a pretty good run coming up anyway, so I wouldn't be too concerned. Thoughts on Richards, Campo, and Armstrong to Baz, Humphreys, and Moraes? Well, I think Armstrong probably has to go, right? Or would you hold Armstrong if he plays?
I don't know. I reckon he gets dropped as a Tigers man. I would definitely not get rid of Richards. Like it's an 80 game. Like that's not a bad floor. Once he gets Bont back too, I'm still pretty confident with Richards' pick. Campo's probably a trade. It's hard to tell Armstrong because the role isn't there. Like he's a first year key forward, so he's probably going to be doing 20s and 30s every week, unless he has one spike game. So Campo and Armstrong could probably go out for a couple of rookies. So maybe via DPP you would get Moraes and one of Smith or Humphrey, so whoever you could afford, but definitely not getting rid of Richards. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I wouldn't be getting rid of Richards. I mean, he's a jet. I nearly picked him, and I almost wish I kind of did because I still reckon he looks better this year than last year. So like just on an eye test basis, and he looked really good last year. So I would be holding on for dear life for Richards. But yeah, Campo and Armstrong probably can go. I mean, if you have a Horn Francis, I'd be trading out a Horn Francis over a Richards every day of the week.
Yep, I agree.
JHF, Hasty, Campo out. Oh wait, he's updated it. JHF, Hasty, Campo out, Humphrey, Maric, Moraes in. Went early on Bice. Yeah, I reckon going early on Bice was probably the play, you know.
Yep.
I reckon it was. Because we could have fielded I could have fielded all three of the the two Essendon and trainer rookies. So yeah, it probably was the play, but oh well. I like it. Why not have a punt on both Humphrey and Maric? Why not? Just have a punt. If one works, you take it.
Yeah, that's right.
And regardless, they're both going to make money. There's a chance one of them goes top 6. Probably not a big chance, but there is a chance.
Yeah, I grabbed Bice and Lindsay on their 78 and their 96 score a couple of weeks ago. And that was the best jump ever. And that's how I got around that 2K mark, was jumping on 2 rookies, because Xavier had North Melbourne, so I knew he'd score well. I didn't know he'd go 78, and he outscored Ashcroft, which I didn't have. And then Bice, like Spilsy, I was highly recommending on my stream on the Friday or Saturday night. So just jump on him, field him. He would score well. I was on my high horse all week because then he scored a 96 on my field. So yeah, they're both good rookies, and hopefully on that note, hopefully Lindsay comes back soon too. But yeah, this question with he's got for his moves, they're probably good enough trades to merit hitting the send button.
Yeah, and if anyone's thinking of trading out Lindsay, don't do it to yourself, because he's gonna come back in a week or two and he's gonna go nuts in his role. So yeah, don't do that. Yeah, first week of my trades, I brought in Max Hall and Lindsay, so I got in 2 pretty good rookies too. But I also got in Tom Stewart, and look how that went. Yeah, so I had to trade him out straight away.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, we've already spoken on that. Short Baz Campo Short to Baz, Campo to Bice, and Sheezel to Burgoyne. Chase Burgoyne, who was a lock to get defender DPP. Next week, Briggsy comes in and sit at flex. I don't hate it. I don't really like getting Sheezel out, to be honest. I want to back him in. He played half back in that last quarter. So I'd almost want to give him another week just to see, is he going to, if he plays at that half back role, he's going to score, he's going to go berserk. So I'd almost want to just see for a week. It's worth losing the cash if there is that off chance that he does play at half back. So, don't really want to get Sheezel out yet. What do you think of these trades?
I don't mind it. I think the only reason for getting rid of Sheezel on my behalf is I've already got too many round 12 primos out. So that's only a justification for doing that. And even if he does play halfback 1 week, I don't really want to think what Clarko could do the next week if they have injuries and whatever. And then I was looking at the kick-ins. He's not getting much. I think Daniel's the one kicking out mainly. So whereas Fisher was doing that last year as well. So I don't know. It feels like he's playing more mid-forward than halfback. But as you said in the last quarter, you just kind of want to wait 1 more week. But his break-even's at 180. So if you do wait a week, you've got to have enough funds to then waste some of the cash you've saved up to then go Whitfield or somebody like that. So it kind of really depends on your structure for me. But the Burgoyne pick is too pottish for me. Personally, I don't have the kahunas to do that. I'd rather a Bowie if I was going to do that, and hopefully at least he makes you 150k, and he's only 330k, and you can use that money elsewhere. But other than that, Briggs is fine too. Like you said, he could be a handy flex at worst anyway. So I don't mind this one.
Yeah. Just a note on Bowie. He's scored 96, 97, and 116. He's already gone up 48k to 385 with a break even of 16. So, really juicy option. Bowie's done this to me before, though. He's done this to me before. He scored 2 tons in a row, and I picked him up, and then he started scoring 60s and 70s again. So, if Rosie stinks it and Humpty tons up, I'll do that trade happily next week. Happily. Whew.
Wow.
Rids me of a round 12 fake primo win-win. Yeah. I don't. There's a chance Rosie stinks it up this week anyway because he's getting tagged.
Yep.
Well, most likely getting tagged. It even could be JHF that gets tagged, I think. So could be either one. So which isn't good because they're both in my team. So need the other one to go 150. I think that's if Humpty just tons up, I reckon I'd need him to go 115 to do this trade.
Yep.
I would be holding Rosie even if he drops quite a bit in cash.
100%.
Trade out Richards or JHF for Smith. JHF easily.
Yeah, same. I agree.
Had 400k banked from last week, so I'm going Humphrey, Maric, and Whitfield in. Leak, SPP, and JHF out. I can't watch another JHF disaster class. Yeah, they're good trades. They're really good trades. Yep. I think they're the best trades I've seen.
Agreed. That Collingwood background's got to go. You got to put some Richmond background there.
Oh, mate, no way. No way. I might put bloody Levi Greenwood tagging Dusty Martin on there.
Or do re-roll crying.
Yeah.
You know that meme I'm talking about?
No, I do have one. Wait, let me get it up for you. I've got a re-roll crying. That's just
for Oscar.
I saw Scoops came. You know Scoops?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came onto the who's live? DR's live,
Yeah.
and I quickly saved this image and changed this as my background. So, and he was not happy. He was not happy. And then I've also got it's another one for you. Here's one. I don't know if you can see that well. That's
The
Heath Shaw
smother.
smothering Nick Rowell as well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
You see, I got the
Oh,
car mirror out for you the other night too. When you told me in the comments, I was actually looking at for it dead set. You're like, I could see you looking for it. I was.
yeah, I know, I know. That was hilarious. And I've also got this one. I don't know if you know what this is from, but I don't know if you know who that is. But when Collingwood lose, I might put that up. It's the guy that sings "I love it when Collingwood choke." So
Yeah. Okay.
and then we got this one as well. That's just sad. Anyway, put it back to this. Alrighty. Yeah, love those trades, mate. Would you go Hornyman, Layla, Short to Sinclair, Humphrey, Maric, or Baz? I would do Sinclair, Maric, and Baz instead of Humphrey, but that's just me. I'm thinking Maric it has a better chance of being a potential keeper in my eyes, but yeah. I like the trade, so I don't really see anything wrong with it. You?
Yeah, same boat. Exactly the same opinion on that as well for that one.
And I don't think it's end of the world if you don't have a Bice or Moraes. If you're doing a
Yep.
trade like this, I wouldn't be complaining at all. So, nah, happy days. Yo, super god boy. G'day, Jordan. Is it worth trading in Moraes for Sardis or Lindsay since I might want the extra cash as I'm trying to get in ranking next week? I think, oh, sorry, Rankin. I think Sardis is okay to trade out. I don't know. What do you think?
I think if you'd have tried out Sardis, it would have been the week he got injured for me because he might be back. I wouldn't get.
I traded him after round one. I was
Lindsay,
sick of it.
yeah, I can imagine. He's a weird pick because you're not sure like what happens when Parrish comes back. But Lindsay, I wouldn't trade either because he's such a good scorer.
Yeah, Lindsay could average 80
Easily. Yep.
easily. So I wouldn't be. Lindsay's definitely not one to trade out. Surely you have a Campo or something.
Or a
Surely,
hasty.
or a Hasty.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, unless you've just picked all the right rookies, if you have a Foss or a
yep.
Layla, I'd be trading them over these two. But yeah, probably Sardis over Lindsay though. If you had to and you thought Moraes was a really good pick.
Yep.
Happy I got Bice 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's masterclass, mate. Masterstroke. Also, is JHF to Smith a must? It's not a must. I think Smith is a must in general, but I don't
Yep.
know if going JHF to him is. I think if you can't do it through 200k rookies or like a short and a couple of rookies, then do a JHF. But if you can't, then yeah, do JHF if you can't do that, pretty much. Or
I
you
agree.
can get an STK out as well. Like just find any means to get Baz in. Rankin for JHF, get him in later. I'd do that trade in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Rankin's going to be probably top two, to be fair.
Yeah, I think McRae's the safe number one.
Yep.
Now that we've had 3 weeks to look at it, Rankin will be 2 or 3. Daniel will be up there as well in the top 3 probably.
Yep.
But yeah, I would, and JHF he might not even be top 8, so I would do that trade in absolute heartbeat. On the beers, love it. Yeah, of course, mate. Of course. We're always on the beers. Short, Armstrong, and Richards to Rowell, Baz, and Maric. I wouldn't be training out Richards once again. I mean, if there's another way you can get to Rowell, I'd do it, but I wouldn't be just trading out a primo for the sake of it, especially a pod primo who's probably going to work.
Yep. I agree.
Alrighty. Do I bring Maric now or jump on Rowell because I can?
Maric. Depends on his team, though. So it's so hard to know with these questions on who their dead rookies are. Like, you're only trading out these primos if you want to anti-pod someone that's doing poorly, but no point trading out a pod that's had a game of an 80 in a poor game. Whereas, yeah, I'm not even looking at trading Richards. Like, Oliver, even on his bad games, like, he's going to have the highest ceiling to average his poor games. So, 1 week has an 80, next week has a 130. You're still averaging out to like over 100 anyway. So the primos are more worried about the underperforming ones for their price tag. So if you're getting rid of Sheezel, you're doing it this week, or you're holding because you don't care about the price tag because you genuinely think he's going to be top 6.
Yeah.
But the Horn Francis is, like you were alluding to there, if he's not top 8 and you don't think he is, and he can get you a primo that's guaranteed top 3, or you can do something else with that money and get 2 mid prices, then it's worth doing it. But it's so team specific. You're definitely not trading out sideways primos every week, or else you're going to run out of trades eventually. So, yeah, for me, it's antipod, Horn Francis, and Shees to get in top 500. That's my game this week. Other than that, there's no really valid reason for trading out some of these other guys who are Rowell and Anderson when they've had an easy go at it, smashing teams by 10 goals each game or whatever it's been. So.
Yeah, no, it is hard to judge Rowell because, yeah, as you said, same with Humphrey even, like they're smacking teams by 60, 70 points.
Yeah.
It's hard to judge how they're actually going to score in a 50-50 game.
Yep. Or when they lose as well. What happens when they lose? Look for our score.
Yeah, but like obviously Gold Coast is going to be good all year. I think they're probably top 4 is what it looks like at the moment. You don't reckon?
I think you've had a few drinks. God, what's going on?
I reckon there's a chance they make top 4, maybe top 6 for sure. But they're
wow.
Yeah, I reckon they're the real deal. But yeah, I mean, if it's a trade where you've got 550k in the bank, and you're going Maric or Rowell, and you're getting out all the players that you need to get out, and you just happen to have 550k. What are you doing then? Are you just going Maric and banking 450k, or are you going Rowell?
You're going Rowell. You're not leaving more than 100k on the pine, like 120, 130k max. But I don't want to be holding cash because you're essentially a primo down, especially in best 18. You're a ceiling score away from being top of the pack. So instead of scoring a 2,000, you might score a 1,900 like I did last week. So yeah, I don't want to hold that much cash unless I have enough rookies that I think I can loop to get the extra points over that weekend's game. So it's more tactical. Like, I held Baz, but I looped Power Peppers 83 the week Baz was dropped. Sorry, not dropped, but injured. So
yeah.
And then if you're looping 2 and the player doesn't do well, then that's a situation where you do, trade up and grab that primo as well. But I certainly wouldn't be leaving more than 150k on my bench at any given week.
Yeah, agree with that. I'm leaving. In saying that, I reckon I've left 200k every week because I'm thinking Flynn to someone every single week, and then I leave it again.
Oh.
So I'm just in shambles. I've got to have 200. I've got 210k going into this week in the bank, and I'm gonna get Flynn out next week. I have to. There's no way I can hold him another week. It's the last week I can. So
yeah,
I'm just going him to Briggs next week. Hopefully, I can then start rising ranks quickly. Thoughts on VC Gorn into C Zorko, or VC Zorko into McRae? Who's Gorn got? They've got
Geelong.
Oh, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah,
I'd be doing that over the second option.
Yeah, probably, especially if Stanley's not playing and SDK is playing. You want a VC Gorney's probably gone big. But we thought this about Giants ruckman. Well, not even ruckman, Keith, and he only scored like a 120. There's something up with Gorn. If I could luxury trade him, I probably would. But I think this is the year of Cherry. I don't know who's R2, to be honest. Like, Wits is playing well, but surely it couldn't be Wits.
He's just had good matchups.
Yeah.
He's
It's hard to know.
He destroyed Flynn week 1 and that.
Maybe Marshall's R2.
Maybe. I've had a trade where I've had Marshall come in this week, and it's tempting, but yeah, I kind of got other players that I really want to bring in this week, so maybe next week. Oh, who knows? But yeah, no, I don't. Either or is good. I think VCing Gorn's probably a better option because even though he did average on Keith, like he does have a ceiling score in him somewhere. So he'll get it. He'll get it once this year. So I want to hope it's this week.
Yep.
Out Campo, Layla, Horn Francis, Marias, Smith, Maric. But means I've used 9 trades. What are your thoughts? Yeah, that's fine. 9 trade, mate. Most people have done 3 boosts already. That's what I reckon. Most people have. So great. I wouldn't be concerned. You just with every other player in the game. So, that perfect trades.
On that note, God, I've got to go back to work, or else I'm going to get in trouble. I've just had a
of course
45-minute lunch break. So,
oh. No, we'll let you go, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, mate. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, cheers for coming on, mate. Hope your shift goes all right. And mate, I wish you had your mirror on you so you could bring it in.
Yeah, no. Next time I'll bring it in just for a feature.
Yeah. All righty. Well, have a good one, mate.
You, mate. You too. Take care. See ya.
See ya. All righty, guys. How good of a bloke is Brad? Bloody legend. Anyway, we'll get on to my team now, I guess, and you guys can have a look at that. That's what it's looking like. But yeah, no, like those trades, mate. Our boy Josh Sin is cooking. Mate, Josh Sin, kind of wish I picked him now. I can't believe I bailed out on it. I mean, he was sub first week, so you can't really do much about that. But, jeez. Was he sub? No, he wasn't. He wasn't sub. What am I talking about? He was not sub at all. Oh, but God, I wish I picked him. He's such a good pick. He could, if he goes 80 for the next 3 weeks, he's making heaps of cash. So SDK short and Gorn for Sinclair, Rowell, and Bice. Wait, who's your R2? Do you have a 3 ruck setup? I assume you do. So that Sinclair, Rowell, and Bice. Yeah, I don't hate it. I honestly don't hate it. Gorn's probably. I'd try and hold Gorn for another week. He's probably gonna go big this week. But yeah, thinking outs JHF, Parker, and Lindsay. I assume that's Luke Parker. Baz, Rankin, and Marias in means I miss Rowell. Thoughts? Yeah, I'd be getting rid of Luke Parker. I can't think of any other Parker that it would be. Sorry if I'm missing who it is, but yeah. I wouldn't be trading Lindsay. Don't go trading Lindsay, guys. I'm telling you now, don't go trading Lindsay. It's just a mistake, and you're going to regret it, and you're going to be bloody devastated when he goes 90 the first week he comes back. But yeah, I don't mind those ins aren't bad at all. They're perfect. That leaves me with what's this on? Oh, this one leaves me with 31 trades, 2 boosts, and 250k. But a team with great structure. Yeah, mate, do it. If it leaves you happy, do it. Yeah, baby. Before and after picks, Shaw, Smother, and Roo crying. I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's glorious. Glorious. Mate, I can't wait to... Oh, no, I'm not saying that. No, I'm so nervous about this game. Tomorrow night, I'm actually so nervous. It's ridiculous. Other option could go JHF, Hasty, and Short out for Rowell, Baz, and Maric. Yeah, it's good trades. Don't hate that at all. Would you mind moving Nevitt on, holding Lindsay if it meant being able to field Maric and Davidson full time, Levi in flex, and Davidson would be F6? Yeah, mate, that's I assume you're moving Nevitt on field. Yeah. Being able to field Maric and Davidson full time, Levi and flex. Yeah, mate, that's exactly what I'm doing Nevitt. Let's get up here. Nevitt, Maric at F6, Davidson, got Ashcroft there as well. So, yeah, pretty similar in that regard. Where are we up to? Bloody hell, this is more difficult by myself. I haven't done this in so long. Is it time to drop Fraser? Break even to 67 yet? Nah, hold a week. See what happens. I'd be just, yeah, I don't know. I know Mr. Rookie Coach looks to be trading him out, but I would be holding him if I owned him. Mano was blocked. That is exactly right, Michael. That is exactly correct. You got it completely right. And there's no doubt about it. No one can argue with me on that there. Is it okay to hold Fraser for a bit, just see how he goes? Yeah, hold him for a week. Hold him for a week, see how he goes. If he pulls up another 67 or whatever he scored, just, yeah, you get him out. But yeah, like, he'll hit his break even, I'm sure. If he goes under his break even, then it's just unlucky. But yeah, I think he goes over his break even. If Humphrey plays the same role, does he he'd surely get mid DPP? That'd be a bonus. Yeah, he will. He will if that happens. I'm a bit concerned with Flanders getting more TOG in the next couple of weeks, but yeah, it should be enough time for him to get DPP. Incredibly sad about. Oh, mate, it's so sad. He is honestly. This could be a stupid comment, but he was one of the best players who only hit like just over 100 games. Like, yeah, you probably got your Barlows in there and stuff like that, but Andrew Cracker was a gun. I was like watching his highlight reel today. He was so good, man. He was so good. Like, he had just great highlights package. If Humpty plays the same role, he'd get mid DPP. Oh wait, we just had that, didn't we? But yeah, on Andrew Cracker, mate, I bloody hope his family's all right, man. It's just so sad. Like, 42 years old, heart attack. Mate, I hope he's all right. Oh, look at this. Thank you, mate. Arcsite. Appreciate the $20, mate. That's huge. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, we've got some donations in this stream, and I've never had a donation before. Bloody huge. Thank you very much, mate. Glad you're loving the content. Hey guys, I have the chance to grab Zorko, Maric, and Baz this week, but should I grab Humpty instead of Baz and save 100k and possibly use that next week to get a Callahan up to a Sarong or Neil? Humpty instead of Baz. I wouldn't be Mate, Callahan will be fine. I reckon Callahan will be fine. I don't think you have much to worry about Callahan. I would be getting Baz. If you anti-pod him and it fails, it's just gonna be so sad. I mean, I anti-potted him to start the season, and I feel like crap about it. And it made me feel a little bit better they didn't play last week. But yeah, he looks so good, man. Yeah, he had bad disposal efficiency, but I don't care. He looks so good. He runs around like an absolute beast. He looks so much bigger than when he last played as well at the Dogs. Bice or Marius? Marius, I think, but I have to go with Bice due to structure. That's the only issue. If I VC Neil, do I captain Sinclair or McRae? Who do Saints have? Saints have Port. Oh, who does Drew go to? Does Drew go to anyone? Nah, he's got to go to someone. Sinclair or McRae? Oh my god. Mate, I would go with neither of them. They're both a chance to get tagged. Like, you'd almost be better off going with like a Callahan against West Coast, to be honest. Like, that's, I reckon, yeah, I don't know. It's too difficult to do one of those two. I don't know. I think if Blues get Pitto in next week, I'm going TDK to Meek. Meek run is amazing. Yeah, Meek's run is very good. I have had a look at it. Yeah, TDK to Meek's fine if Pitto comes back. If Pitto doesn't come back, I mean, it doesn't help that they're playing bad footy. Probably means they're more likely to bring Pitto back. But I don't think an extra ruck is their issue. I think their issue is speed around the ball and ball movement. So Pitto's not going to help their ball movement, right? So I don't know. Was this in regards to 3 rucks earlier? Yeah, no, that's fine. Those trades are fine, mate. Oh, mate, it's huge. It's huge. Oh, should I get it up? Let me try get it up. So if you guys aren't aware, there's a huge, where is it? Here we go. Is this it? We got a huge matchup going on this week, guys. It's absolutely huge. Present. So here we got the Scored Father Cash League. Now, I assume I'm allowed to be having this info on my stream. I'm actually not too sure. But yeah, if I'm not, sue me. Don't sue me, actually. That would be very bad. Anyway, this is what we're looking at right here. Right here. So me and Rookie Coach have been put in the same damn fixture for some silly reason. And now I'm going to pick up Rookie Coach's bounty, and it's going to be glorious. So thank you for playing, Rookie Coach. I appreciate your money. Or your money? I don't know. I think you have a bounty. Yeah, I think green means you have a bounty. So I appreciate you giving me your money. And you will never live this down. I really shouldn't be saying this. I'm going to lose because he's like ranked 2K and I'm ranked 15K. So probably going to lose, but I really want to win this, guys. We do. You, as a lot of you would know, we do the live stream on a Monday night on the Centre Bounce with Big J and Kai. It's called the Review Crew. So we have a bit of fun on that, bit of shits and giggles. And yeah, I mean, this is just funny how this has worked out. Second round of the big knockout competition, and I've got to play Rookie Coach, and I have Flynn at R2. It's just going to be a shambles. I'd be very confident, Rookie Coach, if I was you. I don't think I've beaten you 1 week, so. Whew. Alrighty. What else do we have here? Let's get back onto what we were on. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, good trades, mate. Like the trade. Baz is Rowell. What? I assume you mean all? Oh, wait. Yeah. Baz or Rowell. Okay. Um, Baz. Yeah, Baz. Hi, mate. I just tuned in. Is it too late to get Zorko? I really want him for short and trading JHF for Bailey Smith. I love those trades, but would love your advice. Mate, those are great trades. Zorko is probably going to be D1 in my opinion, based off the first 3 weeks. And yeah, I love him. I got Zorko in last week, which was good. But yeah, I'd get Zorko this week if I had the money and JHF to Baz, perfect trades. Yeah, hopefully if you don't have to use a boost and you got the right rookies, then great, mate. Go Blues. Bugger off. What did the physio say about my knee? Yeah, boys, I think it's just bone bruising. So we're pretty lucky in that regard. Thought it was going to be like a minor MCL, PCL or something. There was a chance it was a minor ACL, like really minor. But yeah, lucky it was just like bone bruising. Still feel a bit of pain underneath the knee, so I don't know if I didn't get scans or anything. I just saw a physio, so yeah, hopefully that's still fine. But cheers for asking, mate. Everyone is telling me to go Baz over Humphrey, but I think I've got to stick with my gut feel. At least then, if I get it wrong, I have no one to blame but myself. Yeah, mate, and I made a similar decision last year. It was actually to get rid of yours truly, Harley Reid, at round 3. So, yeah, but hopefully it works out for you, mate. If you get a chance, watch a 2010 Waffle Grand Final. Cracker's game is one of the best I've seen. Really, yeah. So he came back after jail time, didn't he? That's why that's when he went to Collingwood, I think. I believe that's what happened. I think it was jail time. Maybe I'm completely wrong here, but yeah, that I would watch that, mate. I would. Hopefully, there's highlights somewhere. I'd probably prefer to just watch highlights instead of the whole game. Got too many whole games to watch these days. Bloody try to watch every game every round. So, but yeah, I reckon it'll be a close game. Can't wait to make the God Immortal. Oh, oh, he's dreaming. He's dreaming. He's dreaming. Also, rookie mate, if you want to come on at some point, just shoot me a bloody Twitter text. I actually better check if you. Yeah, just shoot me a Twitter text. Or just say it in the comments. Honestly, just say it in the comments. It doesn't matter. Mate, Voss is an idiot. Can we just all agree that Voss is an idiot? I think we can all have a serious discussion. In fact, how do I do a poll? How do I do a poll? Give me a sec, lads. Alrighty. Does anyone know how to do a poll? I swear you can. Tell me how I can if someone can tell me how to do a poll. Oh, wait, here we go. A poll. Yes. Yeah. Right. There you go. There we go. Hopefully that comes up. Is that coming up for you guys? Tell me if that poll's coming up. Oh, we've got a yes. We've got a yes. Okay. I like this. I like this. I think Blues go on for Pies by 4. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm actually so nervous. It's ridiculous. I can't contain myself. Mate, if you beat Rookie Coach in this week, I'll send you $1,000 donation on God. I don't think you winning, but let's see. Mate, Rookie Coach, I reckon you just tank this week and then we'll split the grand. Nah, I'm not going to make him do that. Oh, mate, that's huge. Nah, mate, I'm not accepting $1,000 from you, mate. That's crazy. I'll send it back. It's ridiculous money. Can I get a $50? Need beers. Crazy. Oh. How do you view that? Oh wait, is this talking about the poll? As the poll, how many? It says 100, 15 votes, 100%. There we go. Same mums. Will you be looking to get Will Day in your plans next week? Seems like the worst is over for him. I'm looking at Will Day in 2 weeks. I think because he's got 2 more tags. Then we get him in. Ha ha ha. Yeah, mate. I'm. No tanking has to be fair. But what if he's looking for cash gen, and he trades out TDK for Archer Reed? I reckon that's a smart trade. Or what if he fields Harry Boyd and just forgets to put... he loops Harry Boyd for the captaincy and just forgets to put Sherry on field? Oh, what am I saying? I'll chuck you $50. Oh my god! We're up to the end of the bloody comments. Huge. Oh my god! Is this freaking? I think I know who this is. Or even better, we hold Flynn at R2. All right, everyone. We are all we're gonna join in a prayer with this man right here. In fact, let's do this. What do I do? Give me a sec, guys. Give me a second. Alrighty, let's get it to... Oh my god, what am I doing? Just kick back, everybody. All right, here we go. Let me do this. Here we go. Present, share screen. Here we go. Let's all Oh, Matt Flynn. What do we do with this numpty? Oh my god. What do we do? I mean, I'm never starting a mid-price ruck at R2 ever again. Yeah, I've never done it before. Thought, why not have a punt? Matt Flynn, he's averaged well before. He's averaged 85, 90. you're an idiot, mate. You're idiot. Alrighty. Let's get back onto this. All right. Okay. Yes. Yes. I do know who this is. Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Bloody legend. Why aren't more people thinking Langford with CBAs? I think it's the price. That's the only issue. Mate, rookie coach, the GOAT, he ain't forgetting anyway. He ain't forgetting. He ain't forgetting anything. Okay. Well, rookie coach, he's going to lose. He's going to lose this week. It's going to be glorious. Bagger here, and Vossi lost me last year in the finals when he started. TDK is sub. Oh, should feel bad for these Blues supporters. Not really, because I hate Carlton, but Fraser, JHF, and Flynn to Whitfield or Sinclair, Baz, and Bice. Fraser, JHF, and Flynn to Whitfield or Sinclair, Baz, and Bice. They're good trades. I'd be picking Whitfield over Sinclair. I'm quite hot on Whitfield. I think they're both good picks. They're both going to be top 6. Take your pick. Would have to keep Hasty. Sorry, I didn't say that. Nah, that's fine. You can keep Hasty for a week. I got the same forward line as you, but I got Sam Davidson and Riley Sanders. I got Maric on my bench. Who you reckon I get him on for? I'm very confused. Well, you get him on for Davidson, but you need Davidson on field somewhere. So who's at your flex? That's my question. You try getting him at flex, I guess. I'm not saying this. I'm not even going to. No, I'm not. No. Please let Voss. No, I'm not. No, I'm not even reading that. No, not happening. Flynn is the GOAT. He is, mate. He is. And when he comes back this week, it'll be glorious. Oh, bugger off. Harley Reid to halfback moving forward. Here comes the new Sheezel. Ooh. I actually don't want him to come to halfback because I have Maric. Yeah. I've annoyingly still have Perryman and STK. Any ideas? Trade them both out. That's probably my best idea that I've had. Trade them both out and get a primo defender and a Bice. There you go. Better job security. Well, it's hard to say. They probably have the same amount of job security, to be honest. They probably have the exact same amount of job security. Bice. Mills doesn't come back for 4 weeks, so that helps Bice. Moraes, Butters, Burton. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few players that could take his spot. Yeah, mate, I'll probably go for like another 25, 30 minutes. If you want to join now. Yeah, if you want to join now, I'll send you the link. There you go, mate. I just sent you the link if you want to join up. The sale, 1 broken captain, all offers considered. Please contact the West Coast Eagles for more details. I reckon I'd be a better captain than Oscar Allen at West Coast. He's got to be the worst captain in the AFL. Confirmed. It's confirmed. Yeah, Rookie sent the link on bloody Twitter. Yeah, my bad. I got Nathan O'Driscoll at flex. Okay, if you have a mid forward in your midfield at all, a mid forward rookie, replace him with Nathan O'Driscoll, switch him around, and then put Maric on, and then put O'Driscoll on for your worst rookie on field in the midfield, and then put Maric in flex. Yeah, that makes sense. VC Zorko and Whitfield. VC Zorko and C Whitfield this week. Yeah, that's what I'd do if I had Whitfield. I would do that exact move. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And SC After Dark. Yeah, mate, I'm loving those streams. Those are beautiful. I heard Pendles did. Finn, mate. Finn, you bugger off. Pendles did his knee. Get out. Humphrey or Maric? Maric, in my opinion. I think we've spoken about Maric and Humphrey enough, don't I think. Yeah, you know what I'll do after this stream? I'll post a tweet explaining why I prefer Maric over Humphrey. And then I don't know, you guys can have a look at that and they'll give you the answer. All right, boys, back to work. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, mate. Have a good one. I'll appreciate that grand. I'll appreciate it. No, I mean, Hewitt will go to him. Hewitt normally... So I was listening to Swizz earlier, and he says Hewitt normally goes to him. Nick literally played on Sam Walsh in that final stoppage last year. Maybe Hewitt wasn't playing that game, but maybe he was injured. But Dacos literally played on Sam Walsh for most of that game, I feel like. Because he kicked the winning goal on Sam Walsh. I remember it because they were analysing it like crazy last year. I remember it like it was yesterday. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Just, yeah, if he's, mate, he's nothing on Nick. Nothing on Nick. Sadly, the only person that can actually fully clamp Nick is Finn McGuinness. So, alrighty. Carlton don't have any taggers. If you've got Dacos, put the VC on it. 100%. If you got Dacos, put the VC on him. Flagged ons, by the way. Mate, if oh, it's made my day. It's made my day. It's the hope that kills you. It's the hope that kills you. Why did you pick Maric over Humphrey? All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna just tell everyone now. Maric, in the past, for one, he got huge preseason raps. Shannon Hearn was coaching him on how to play the Shannon Hearn role. We know the Shannon Hearn role is SuperCoach friendly. Yes, Maric is not as good as Shannon Hearn. However, the role is still a good scoring role. It's a good role. It's a bloody good role. You could put me in that role and I might score something. Actually, that's a lie. I probably would not score anything. But Humphrey, his CBAs could go down. He's due to Flanders getting more tog. And I'll get Mr. Rookie Coach to help me out on this one. How you going, mate?
Oh, good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. So you want to give me I think you're picking Maric over Humphrey, aren't you?
At this stage, yeah, I am.
At this stage, and why would you pick Maric over Humphrey?
I think the common theme from what I can see of people like when they weigh up these two is that Maric probably has a safer floor given that he has kickouts, whereas Humpty Dumpty could have an absolute no floor and could give you anywhere from a 50 to a 60, whereas Maric is probably more likely to give you a 70 for a full game. Obviously, hopefully, no sub or anything like that. But there's that. So the floor consideration. I mean, with Governor out, he's going to get more kick-ins as well. So I don't know. The role just looks safe compared to a fourth banana. And we have only seen easy teams so far for Gold Coast. So I'd be more confident picking Maric this week than I would be Humpty, just because I'd want to see Humpty go up a decent side like Adelaide.
Yeah, he's definitely the safer pick, I think. Definitely, Maric is definitely the safer pick. Yet more people are bringing Humphrey in. So I think Humphrey's more, you see the consistent numbers and you think that's going to persist, at least for the next, maybe not this week, but for the 2 weeks after that. So a lot of people are naming Humphrey as a 4-week play. I'm looking at Maric and saying, if he can average 90 to 95 for the next 10 weeks till his bye, that's huge. I don't think Humphrey can do that.
No, I definitely agree with that. Humphrey's more of a cash grab because he hasn't had a price rise yet. He's got the 200s in his system. Yeah, I don't see him more as a long-term keeper pick or like a gap stop. Like, I still have Fraser. I'm still upping and R-ing on whether I move him to Whitfield or if I hold him to see if he just provides enough for me, for one, more than anything, to give me time to have some fallen primos actually have a price drop and then potentially move Bridge up to someone else, maybe like a Clark if he has a poor game, or even Stewie if he's back in full form and just has a bad break even. So something like that.
Yep.
There is all chances that Maric becomes that gut stop for the forward where while we're waiting to see what DPP does, we have someone there who's giving us maybe 75 to 90s on average, making some cash, maybe gets up to the 350, 400 mark. And then it becomes an easy one up, one down in the forward line to get to a track, for example, who's got forward DPP if that happens.
Yeah. And it's just getting a rookie off the field as well. Just getting a rookie off the field. Like now I've got 6 rookies plus a non-scoring Flynn. So but yeah, I've got 200k to fix that next week. So
well, that's good. You got cash in the bank for it.
Yeah, I've got enough money to go him to Briggs next week.
Briggs is a good shout. I am scared about Pitnet being 1 week away.
Yeah, true. Very true. Surely they give him a stint in the VFL though as well.
You'd hope so, but Blues are trash. They're going to throw anything at the wall and see what sticks at this point. And it's Vossi.
To me, it just doesn't make sense because their issue is their ball movement. That is probably their main issue, I would say, watching the game. Pito's not going to help your ball movement at all. So
yeah, I don't see it.
It just doesn't make any sense. Would you feel if Nevitt's not the sub, which we don't think he will be? I don't know what your opinion is as a Cats man, but would you feel Nevitt or Moraes?
Look, even as a Cats man, none of us know what Chris Scott's going to do. It annoys the absolute crap out of me.
Yep.
What do we think? So we've got Port on a Sunday game against the Saints. And we've got I mean, is there any way if you've got Sardis, this is what I would do. I'd put Nevitt on bench, throw the emergency on him, see if he has a decent score. If you've got a Sardis or someone who's not playing or on a bye, put him in there if you want his score. If the score is sub 80, chuck my race in there and you get the better pick. I'd be trying to loop as much as possible in these situations, especially because it's the last of the bye rounds. That's essentially what I'm doing with, in a weird way, Pal Pepper and Henderson. So I've got Pal Pepper at the moment in my flex and Henderson on bench with the E. I can easily swing Sardis into Marius' spot, swing Hewitt into flex, put Pal Pepper on the bench, and then bring Marius down into flex.
Yeah.
So use the flex, use loops.
I mean, that works. Yeah, you can use the flex to your advantage, honestly. Like, you can see what I've done. I've got 6 primo / mid-price players in the forward line, and then I've got Davidson at flex because I think you need to field Davidson. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, just remember as well, do not field Lindsay and try and loop with Lindsay because it's not going to work. You can field Lindsay, and if, let's say, your VC goes big and he plays in the Collingwood-Carlton game, for example, De Koning or a Dacos or someone like that, and you can have Lindsay on field to captain him. But if you have just a Lindsay and not a Sardis, you got to pick one. You got to pick a rookie.
Pretty much. And you don't want to be forced. Like, if you put Lindsay on field and you kind of forget about it, and then let's just say you have the emergency on Henderson and he does a 50, and then you're stuck with keeping maybe a Pal Pepper, or just say you have a Hewitt who is named not sub and then goes off for a 75, you're forced to take that score, essentially.
Yep. If I were to pick out of the two, I'd probably field Nevitt if he plays. Just against Melbourne as well. Probably.
If you had no choice, I'd go Nevitt. Again, skinnier ground, it benefits Smith, but it also benefits tacklers because there's less space to run. So there's probably going to be more tackles available without having to run a marathon to get them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm struggling to decide between Nevitt or Hall, because Hall could play. They're playing Port. He could go pretty big. He could go another 85. There's every chance that happens, but I'd probably trust Nevitt scoring more if he plays a full game. So,
yeah, I mean, look, it's the unfortunate rookie roulette that we each play each week. You know, we'll have a look at the fixtures, and that will pretty much guide your decision when it comes to rooks. Is who's got who. Like, you know, if you know that someone's coming up against Richmond, cool. If you've got a defender rookie, you know, like say it's like Essendon v Richmond, for example, you'd probably be quite happy to put Reid on field against Richmond because they leak points to defenders. That's the sort of approach you got to have when you think about this sort of stuff. But look, if you had to really pick one, I'd probably go Nevitt, just because Melbourne in an absolute shambles. St Kilda are fine, but they're not as bad as what we think they are. They only really leak point. They're still leak points across the field, but they mainly just leak points to defenders, like designated kickers and halfback, quarterback roles. So, and look, if Butters does come back, there's still a lot of questions on how that affects the structure of the team. Like we've seen Burgoyne go back to halfback, and that's when I'm keeping an eye on for DPP because he looks nasty in that halfback role.
Do we see Horn Francis go forward?
But
there's another one. I mean, I hate holding Horn Francis, but I think I'm going to do it. So,
yeah,
I don't know why I do this stuff to myself.
My original plan for this week, and it's gone to trash because Pryor decided to have a good week last week and actually started to generate some cash. I was originally going to go like Pal Pepper and Pryor down to like a Bice and get Pal Pepper up to a Baz and then grab one of the, you know, maybe like a Marius or something as well. Now, with Pryor, Reid, and Trainer both kickstarting their cash gen, I don't know if I can fit a Bice in. So now it's almost, I have to kind of get rid of the horny man to facilitate Smith, but it also gives me the opportunity to bring in a Maric, which means I don't have to trade out Fridge, which means I can maintain some structure and have one fielded rookie in defense and in the forward line.
Yeah.
But I
No,
just said I'm
yeah,
Whitfield.
I
So I'm
mean,
not entirely.
I have the option to I can either go short up to Whitfield, guarantee good 3 or 4 weeks there, or I can do short down to Bice, hold Horde Francis, and get Foss and Campo to Baz and Maric while holding 200k to get Flynn up to Briggs next week. I think I'd
that's the
almost
play, though.
Sorry?
I think that's the play, though, because you got Flynn at your R2. I feel like you kind of have to do that to secure a relatively healthy structure.
Sucks. Bloody sucks. Oh, well. We live and we learn in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Who's calling me Goldilocks, by the way, Michael?
Yeah.
Jesus, I said it on Brad's stream once, so now it's a thing. God damn it.
Maric is 196 centimeters. Any chance he plays a key position role? I don't think he can. I don't think he's good enough to. That's the issue. Yeah.
Yes, he's tall, but he's a bit of a leaner build as well. Like, he's not going to be able to body up someone in a contest for that lockdown role, because that's essentially what they're built to do. Is they're meant to take that contest like a Prior sort of thing, where they take that lockdown sort of role. Prior is a hit and miss with that sort of thing. We saw it was like his first week, he got washed. Like, he could not do anything. And same with Reed. Reed's tried to do that on Fogarty against Adelaide, got washed. I think that's very much what we're seeing if Maric was going to try that type of role. I don't think they do that. If they were going to do that and they thought that was the instant shift, we probably would have seen it as soon as the Gov went out last week.
Yeah.
Because they would have gone, oh, we know what to do for this.
But no, they moved Oscar Allen back.
Which I don't think is going to happen. I think they move other things around. I don't know the roster of the Weagles to know who comes in and shifts that. But to think if they get, I mean, they might actually throw him back, considering he's been talking to other clubs as their captain. They might be like, no, stuff you, mate. You're going back to to the defensive line. But I don't see it, because they need him up the ground. So that's the only thing that scares me about the marriage pick, is he's gone from sub to this kick-in distributor role all within a span of 2-3 weeks. But I'd rather take the risk on this if it is the role that we hope it is, because it means it's going to be a pick we can hold for longer than a Humpty, I believe.
The only thing I'd be that's the only thing I'd be scared about. And with me especially, I mean, I've picked some players where there's a 5% chance of these things happening, and they've actually happened. So Flynn getting dropped, Tom Stewart getting injured in the first quarter. Now, if Maric plays key tall, I mean, yeah, there is a bit of risk with that, but I don't think it happens. Abs reckons Maric scoring going down when Gov not there. I mean, he's entitled to his own opinion. That's not what I think.
That's purely based off the fantasy distribution in the last quarter.
Yeah.
I think the one thing we also have to consider there as well with SuperCoach, there's only 3,300 points available to space the scoring out, and when you're getting absolutely flogged, it's probably not going to your team towards the end. Exactly. It's going to the accumulators and the people that have been going off. We saw Brayshaw and Jackson just they did a lot of work in that last quarter as well, and they essentially needed to reward those points to someone doing something, not just their role as a designated kicker to kick the ball out from that. So we love Abs. Everyone assesses differently, and as much as us content creators harp on about stuff, always do your own research. Don't just listen to us and go, yes, they're right. Just take some accountability. Go do some research. I think, following your gut is probably the biggest thing you can do. If I did that, I'd be in a much better spot right now where I'm at. I would have VC'd Sinclair last week if I followed my gut. But no, I got FOMO, listened to outside noise, and I kept it on McRae, and then took Dunkley's 105. So that went well.
Yeah, don't listen to outside noise unless it's me, because I'm generally right. No, I'm taking the mic. But anyway.
We'll see. We'll see if he wins this matchup this week. We might have to actually put some weight to that.
Maybe you're telling me these trades are the right trades because you just want to win this week and get my bounty, mate.
Maybe.
Do you know how much is the bounty?
50.
50. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I may as well buy a slab because I'll be getting that money back. Alrighty. Is never to trade for Maric? Hell no, in my opinion. Definitely not. Or how's Mariah's job security when Butters comes back? I don't know. I seriously don't know. I think he should be, because I feel like Mariah's played quite a bit of halfback on. Am I right in saying that?
I didn't actually watch too much of that game, so I'm reluctant to comment on it. But to my knowledge, it was slightly halfback, but more wing. And they actually moved Burgoyne fully into the halfback role. So, because Burgoyne was playing a wing role. And what they've essentially done is they've shifted Burgoyne to halfback and they've moved Morales into that wing role, pretty much essentially covering that. With Butters in the team, I don't think that changes based on what I've seen from like previous team sheets or anything like that in regards to like key positions. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just more of it's a wing role more often than not. If it doesn't go down their wing, then they're not scoring points. It's just the catch with that sort of role. But I mean, outside of potential rotations when Butters comes back in, like they might move some magnets around, but I don't see anyone else, rookie wise, in contention for that role.
Yeah, so his heat map, I'll actually get it up here because it's quite interesting. Here we go. This is his heat map. In that last game, so he's a bit of everywhere. In the game before, he was more forward than back. Playing more up the ground. So definitely a winger, I think, by looking at this. But yeah, I mean, I do think he's probably the best rookie to get in this week. That's my opinion.
For sure.
I just can't do it, unfortunately, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky when you want to try and make big plays.
Yeah, exactly.
But like at the end of the day, do you really need him? Like, it's not like you've got dead rooks.
No, my rookies are fine.
And that's the thing, right? Is I see a lot of people getting caught up in, I have to grab this rookie this week. Like, even if I have a playing rookie, like I've toyed with the idea of going Pryor down to Bice, but it makes no logical sense because Pryor's still making cash.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of cash to make. Like, you don't really win out of that trade. Whereas if you go like a Campo, who's pretty much a dead rook now at this point, not being named, not even as an emergency, that's a win because you're actually starting some cash gen in that spot, whereas it was just dead weight. So as long as all your rooks are playing, I don't think you're not missing out on too much by not picking up either Bice or Morales this week.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get Bice because Short just sucks at football. So, but yeah. Oh, well. Every chance Waterman is back this week and Oscar goes back to cover Gov's role. I don't know about that.
Actually, no, I've actually heard this consideration from a couple other people that if Waterman does go back, it does give Alan the chance to cover Gov's role, which that's good. That's a good thing for us.
Oh, definitely a good thing, but I don't know if that happens.
I mean, we've seen weirder stuff happen.
Oh, definitely.
Let's be honest.
When I saw Darcy Moore down back for the first time, I thought that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So, anyway, but Bice or Maric, I mean, I think we've harped on this a heap now. I think the general consensus is Maric, but I have to do Bice due to structure. I can't do Maric, unfortunately. So
it depends on when Patton is. Like, is Patton benched in the defensive line? Because if he is, like, you've got 2 buy players this week, so you'd probably need to move Patton out and get Bice in.
Yeah.
Just out of that, because you got Reed and Pryor on the buy. So if
Oh
you're
yeah, I mean,
building
I'd
2
get Patton to
rooks,
buy straight away.
yeah, like that makes even if Patton's in the forward line and just say you're fielding 1 rook and defense, awesome. Move Patton to the flex for whoever's in there currently, unless it's like a nod or whatever. But hopefully you got some GPP in like a Kako or a Hewitt where you can make the space in the mid to get Morales. But that I would only be moving Patton to one of them, and
Yeah.
just to whoever suits your structure.
Yeah, 100%. You would not be trading any of the first 3. Patton, I'd get out of him. I don't know about you, but did you start Patton?
No, I never touched him.
I kind of wish I started him in like the forward line or something.
Well, see, this is the thing, right? I wish I did too, because that would have been an easier swing to throw him back and get Baz for Perryman out of the get. Although, like, it didn't work, but I would have had a lot more options, to me if I had Patton in the team just because of that DPP. But look, at the end of the day, I can't complain too much. Things are still traveling pretty well for the team, but definitely I feel like I'm a leap. If Baz played, it would have hurt a lot. Let's put it that way. Non-Baz owners got kissed early.
Yeah,
essentially.
For sure. Bit of a dilemma as I've got 1 on field that isn't playing. Okay. Yeah, Patton has to go.
Yeah.
There you go, mate. There's a comment for you.
Oh, we got Richards. I've seen a few people hop off Richards, and I'm not sure why. What's changed outside of him just having a quieter game? There's 2 factors to why he got an 80, which if that's his floor, whatever, that's fine. It's best 18 still. His DE was at 42%. That is unusual for him. He'll clean that up. Bulldogs have played a little bit scrappier than usual. Matt Kennedy also had higher CBAs than he usually does. And you consider that it was kind of like a rival game of Kennedy's past club. They probably wanted to have him be a bit more involved. I don't see that sticking. Obviously, that could happen this week, by all means, if they want to get Kennedy involved. But Bont and Treloar are still out. Lib is still banana 1. There's nothing saying that Richards is still not the second banana in that midfield, and I still believe he is. I think it was just the situation of the game being a rivalry against the Blues. So I don't see any reason to trade him out. If you're looking at trading Richards out to get to like Baz or something like that, find another way. Like get rid of a horny man if you've got him.
Horn Francis over Richards, 100%.
Do Short over Richards. I don't know, get Sanders out. If you're still holding Flynn, like some, get him out. Hopefully you got Flynn in your flex, hopefully, because that makes it work. If you got Flynn in R2, that doesn't work. Don't know if you're going to be
No, it definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't.
Please hold on to Richards. Because you'll trade him out because what have they got? They got Fremantle. Now Fremantle's no easy one, but if they send the only potential threat that Fremantle have is O'Meara. And if they're going to put it to anyone, they're going to put it to the guy who's been absolutely killing teams every week, and that's Lib. They're going to go to Lib. They're not going to go to Richards. Richards is also pretty quick. Like, they're not going to be able to keep up.
No.
So, I don't understand why people are trading Richards out. I get it. And Abs is one of them, from what I've seen. I get it.
Yeah, I watched that video, yeah.
Like, I get it, but I'm also holding the faith with Richards. Like, we started him for a reason.
Hey, he's trading out the weapon. I can't believe it.
Imagine if he traded out the weapon for the old weapon.
Oh.
He got Rowell.
Would have actually. That's not even the worst trade in the world.
No, it's not. Look, it's not even. And like I said, it's not like I don't understand why people are moving Richards on. It's just because some pricing, some fixture with Neil. I completely understand. I know Corey's commented saying that he's grabbing Neil. I totally get it. Totally get it. Neil's gonna bottom out very shortly and start climbing back up in price. So if you did want him, sure, it's probably this week or next.
Yeah.
I've got bigger problems to sort out. So
for sure. Yeah, I've got way bigger problems than fixing my midfield at the moment. I'll tell you that much. You made your bed, now you must lie in it. Is this in regards to Flynn? I don't even know, man. It was, all right, yeah, Reyes for Campo. I feel like that's the general consensus.
Look, it's an unfortunate trade. Like, it's never fun having to sideways a rookie to a rookie, but if it's going to happen, you do it now. You do it on a buy round, and you do it before the season really, really starts to kick in with rank separation.
Yeah. Lindsay or Langford? I'm so confused.
There's two answers. Over the season, Lindsay. For right now, Langford, because he's playing. Lindsay's not. But yeah. I'd honestly just
Murphy Reid.
I'd honestly put away Langford and get Murphy Reid.
Yeah, for sure. Rookie, I said my trades to God. What are your thoughts? There you go. You read that, mate.
So we're getting rid of the Horny Man and Rose. Boss. The Ranken, Whitfield, and Bias.
I want to hear your thoughts on this because I gave my thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Earlier, but I want to hear your thoughts.
That's a tricky one, Max. I think I don't the Horny Man trade out totally fine with. Like, if there's a world where you can get, honestly, if you could just do the Horny Man and Foss just to bring in Rankin and Bias with some weird DPP movements, I'd honestly just look at that. I think Rosie's going to be fine. Like, he's still a good pick, and he'll only be benefited from Butters coming in because he's probably less likely to get tagged or attention because they got to pick one. And if they're going to pick anyone, they're going to pick Butters, who's got. You got Rosie, who's like calm and professional. Then you got Horn Francis on the opposite end, and then you got Butters in the middle, who's a little bit of a hothead. He's a little bit of a steam engine, but he's not as bad as Horn Francis. I'd honestly try to just do two trades: get Bias in, get Rank in. Whitfield's not going to go too far. Like, West Coast, they're not like, they're an easy team to score on, but they're not like a Richmond. Like, they don't give out the most points to defenders. Like, Whitfield will probably comfortably push a 115 to 120, but I don't expect him to go crazy like a 140 or anything like that against West Coast. So it just really depends on the team structure as well. Like, does that mean you're going from a three rookie to a four rookie mid? That's a team structural change. My goodness. This is a tough one.
Unless oh no, it wouldn't even work if you have flex.
I'm assuming Foss to Bias only works because Foss is in flex. It's the only way I see.
Yeah, but then how do you get Whitfield in?
Yeah, Max.
I don't even know how these trades work.
Max, you know where the Twitter and the X is at. Can you please go comment on a post or something, either on me or God's, and just give us a screenshot of your team, please?
Just add us or something.
Yeah.
No, so my thoughts on this were do not trade Rosie. So help you God.
Yeah, I'm very much in agreement with that.
So yeah, pretty much same alignment there. Love the Whitfield pick this week. Love getting Rankin in this week. Love getting Bias in this week. But if you have to get rid of Rosie to do that, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, so, I'm very much, like I said, I love bringing in Whitfield. He's very much someone that I would love to bring in. But it's also like at the cost of the structure I want to move forward with. And I'm not sure if I'm comfortable fielding two rookies in the forward line just to have an absolutely stacked defensive line. Now, sure. I could definitely take that risk because I love the look of it. I won't have to touch my defensive line for ages and just focus on upgrading the rest of the team. Like, there are a lot of benefits to doing that. I'm still undecided. Like, I'll literally make my decision based off team sheets. But yeah, I don't know. You had a plan. If you didn't have a plan, make a plan. Try to follow it. So, because you're going to see things that come week to week that will persuade you, and there'll be the hype bubble around certain players and all this and that. But if you can reserve back to a plan that you've made and stick to it, I think you're going to be better off overall.
Yeah. Now I've got a question for you. Can you go Josh Sin this week?
He's got Saints, hasn't he?
He's got Saints.
Oh.
Now I'm not going to look at his old scores because he's played about 10 games of football. So somehow he's played
so
3 of them against the Hawks.
Sort of 60, we'll call it, and what, 280s.
Yeah.
Then him play a little bit. It looks pretty good.
60 to 80s. Saints. Let's say he goes a 90 on Saints and then average of 75 for the next 2 weeks after that. Would you say that's a good pick?
I mean, we're pretty much tying this into like a Humpty sort of.
You're pretty much doing. Well, or you're doing this over Bice.
Now, if we're going like a straight comparison of like Sin or Bice, you always go Bice in this situation. I don't think that's an argument that needs to be had. But if you were, say you had 2 rookies in defense on field, so maybe you have like you got a Patton in there somewhere, maybe you got an O'Connell, maybe you've just been really unlucky with like your picks, and you've got limited cash, I don't mind having like a Sin and Bice sitting on field if you needed to.
So for me, for example, I had Mr. Jaden Short there instead of Bice. If I had the money to go down to Sin, would you do that, or would you just go all the way down to Bice?
I mean, you're only really looking at Sin now because he's got the Saints. Let's be honest. Afterwards, though, like what?
Mate, I've been looking at Sin all bloody year. All bloody year. I'm so mad I didn't start him.
What's his average? So he's got a set. Let's call it a 74 average. So if he was to we'll give him a spike score. Oh yeah. So now the bloody predictor doesn't load. That'd be right. Let me do some predictions. So 74. We'll give him a spike of let's say a 92 against the Saints. Let's give him 74. 92. So if you get him in this week for what, 267?
Yep.
It'll take him about 7 games just to make 100K.
Really?
And that's if he gets a 74 each week, outside of his spike score of like a 90-ish against Saints. I don't believe he's going to be able to manage a 74 average, considering that back line at Port tends to jump around with its scoring, SuperCoach wise, each week. Whereas if you look at like a Bice, for example, so that was what, 7 games to make 100K.
Yeah.
We grab Bice is literally on the same average of 74. So let's just say he gets that. No spike scores, no nothing. Let's just say he gets 74 each week. So if we get him in at 113, literally 2 games, he makes 100K.
Yeah, no.
So you're going from a 2K to make 100K to a 7.
That's convinced me.
This is why the projection extension.
Can you send me that add-on thing? I don't have it. I need it.
Yeah.
Cheers. So if you could send me that, that'd be bloody amazing. I need that thing. Alrighty. Whoa. What do we have here? Oh, is this for like a matchup? Are they playing GWS? Oh yeah, they're playing GWS. That's like
that's if Maric's playing an accountable role though.
Yeah, surely not. Surely he's
like no way they're putting. Although imagine if it's like
because
it's either going to be Hogan or it's like Stringer.
I'll turn off the game. I will not watch the football. I will turn off the game and I'll watch an Adam Sandler movie to make me happy again. Like
watch like Big Daddy or something.
Yeah. Watch Happy
I'll stick.
Gilmore. Or, yeah. Traps everywhere. I really hope you're not talking about my side. I really do not. I really hope you're not. So,
Should rename it to Trap City.
yeah, true. Kaz, it's Kaz Maric not playing on him. They have a key. Yeah. Who is their key back?
Well, that's what I was actually curious about. I'm actually going to get up a team sheet for last week just to see what we're looking like. Again, not knowing anything too crazy about their roster does not help at all. But we're going to have a look anyway.
Anyway, thinking of doing SDK to Bice, Lindsay to Marias, Stone into Rowell. I like the concept. I don't like trading out Lindsay. Happy trading out SDK. Happy. Even Stone, he's still going to make money. He scored like 70 fantasy on the weekend. 65, 70 fantasy. So I wouldn't be trading Stone. There's still a bit of work to be done there.
Even I'm reluctant to trade like anyone that's currently making money to get. I mean, like I don't hate the trade idea if we remove Lindsay. There's some way you can use DPP to, I don't know, swing someone forward. Like maybe you got a Kaka or a Hewitt sitting on your bench in the midfield. If you just swing them forward to get Marias, sure. But Lindsay is going to be one of those ones that if you trade out this week, you're going to regret it. It's going to be like a season changer because we're all going to be having this probably one of the best rookies that generates cash year long up until their buy, while you're hoping that, you know, someone you've picked gets named again or doesn't have a sub game or whatever it might be.
Yeah. I'm telling you it's a mistake, and this is if you trade him out, and this is coming from a guy who traded out McCluggage and then traded him back in. It hurt that much to the amount of trades I had. I traded out Harley Reid in round 3. Don't make these silly decisions. Alrighty.
I remember holding Harley Reid last season, and that worked in my favor.
Oh,
so, in touching back on the West Coast in regards to like who's playing in Canterbury, so they got Jimby, who's a bigger body, so he's probably going to find one of the Hogan or Stringer. They've got Edwards.
Does that Callum Brown guy play?
Where is he? It wasn't named. Maybe he gets called up. Sure, I've heard that name mentioned a few times though. Actually, I think Tom Cole was another name that I heard pipe up about potentially.
Key defensive. Yeah, Tom Cole's kind of like your Braden Maynard, can play your smalls, can play your talls.
So he's probably like he's 188, so he's probably one of those people that might play accountable. He was on the interchange last week, so I imagine he probably gets called up to potentially move there just so they can keep Oscar, you know, in that forward line. But again, they're probably going to move Oscar more to a potential center role or high half forward if Waterman's named.
Yeah. All right, let's try bloody smash through these last 20 odd questions. Because, mate, I have uni at 8:30, so I need to go to bed soon.
You've been doing it for almost 2 hours, so you've done well.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
was this your first stream on the channel?
Nah, so I reckon I've done like 5, but they're all like the last one was over a year ago.
True. First one of the year. Let's go.
So I'm gonna try to one a week. Maybe Wednesday night seems to be best for me, so I might try to one a week on a Wednesday. But yeah.
Well, if you're ever not doing anything Saturday nights, I do the SuperCoach after dark. That if you're around, you can hop on.
What day? Saturday
nights usually, like after the footy.
Nights. No, it depends if I'm not out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're young, you're probably out, but you're not old like me. So if you're having a quiet night in, let me know. You can jump on.
I'm in the 21st period, so I got a 21st this Saturday. So definitely not unless you want me to hop on from a party. Absolutely hammered,
mate. If I wanted someone rowdy like that, I'd get Brad on.
Or DR after a couple of beers.
Oh.
Short, Kako, Camp out for Sullivan, Smith, and Humpty. Sullivan, I assume you mean Foss. You wouldn't mean.
Wait, no, I think he's talking about grabbing Connor or Sullivan.
Surely not.
I think you're late on Connor O'Sullivan for one. Stu was also going to be named.
Sorry, he's getting him in. Oh, sorry, I'm tripping. You wouldn't get Foss in. You wouldn't get Connor O'Sullivan. It's way too late on Connor O'Sullivan. It was 150k at the starting price. So yeah, get out short.
Bias.
Sorry, just get bias.
If you haven't got bias, get bias. But if you have got bias already, yeah, if you've got him, hold short for one more week. Grab Stewie next week after his price drop, as an example.
And forget about Humpty.
Yeah, forget about Humpty. I don't know. Because he's literally just doing short to Smith.
Yeah.
But I don't.
The horny man down to Smith.
Do this.
And short up to Sinclair. Yep.
Do this.
Lock that in. Lock that in and click X. Click the X button at the top left or right of your screen, depending on what web browser you're on.
Would you prefer Sinclair or Whitfield? Because you missed Sinclair's big score last week. Given the next two, are you going to bring in Sinclair if you didn't have him, or would you opt to bring in Whitfield instead?
I'd bring in Whitfield, but I think Sinclair averages more for the year.
So pick your favorite. If Sinclair's your favorite, and you
need both by year's end.
Yeah, you need both. If you get Sinclair's probably
these two spots. These two last spots are going to be those two exact players. And I think Roberts is hopefully a keeper.
I mean, he's probably the least of our worries. He's probably the last one that gets traded, even if we have to.
Yeah, he'll be in there till at least round 15 or 14 or something.
Yeah, we'll do that one, Aiden, please. Don't do the first one.
Definitely. Do you reckon Boxall will play? I could not tell you, for the love of God. No.
Maybe.
One day, yeah. Hopefully at some point this year. He seems like he can score a bit, so. Abs is doing it. Neil, yeah. It just, I get why. However, you're almost just wasting a trade.
It's a sideways at this point.
Yeah, that's how you going, bloody Corey Causa? Lee, how you going, mate? Is Travalia holding his spot for this week? Surely.
You'd hope so. Sure. I don't know if I'd be going early on.
You can't drop him. You would have thought.
Look, you never know. Well. I thought that with Hasty, and then he got subbed out.
Oh, yeah.
I went early on Hasty. It beat me in the ass. I wouldn't go early on
Hasty. We don't talk about Hasty.
I don't think you go early on any Saints rookies because it's like a rotating door at this point.
Yep.
I just make sure you've got enough to field. If you're struggling to field, I don't know, figure something out, but don't go early on someone. Never works.
If Stewart is a late out again this week, so help me God. Oh my God. Now, this is why I got out of him even if he was playing. Like, I just got out of him. I couldn't deal with it. Could not deal with it. Break even of 200 for Tom Stewart. Surely be a must-have next week at 490 maybe. I don't know. I've already traded him out. I'm not going to trade him back in. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I personally don't hate the idea of bringing him back into the team because I wanted to hold him in my team the whole year.
Yeah, you're almost obliged to though.
I know he's my doppelganger. It's part of the contract. Part of the contract. But it's also my stick at the start of the year for content, and then he decided to go bloody hurt himself. So look, if he plays Melbourne, he's probably going to have a good game. Maybe let's say he does 105, right? He'll go down to 480, even if he tums up. So if he goes sub-ton, let's just say he puts out an 85. He's going to 470. And like, so let's just say,
Plus another week.
Plus another week where that break even's going to go to a 171 and then a 151. Like, you're probably looking at him in round 6.
In
maybe.
2 weeks.
You want him in 2 weeks, essentially, because then his break even starts balancing out. And if he doesn't ton up in 2 weeks, he'll be like at Fraser's price currently.
Yeah, but if he doesn't ton up at all in the next 2 weeks, you're not going to want him.
No, but that's exactly the counterpoint I was about to make, is if he's not turning up at this point, you don't want him anyway. So look elsewhere.
Yeah, mate, you've been medi-subbed.
Not my fault you had to go back to work. I saw you in the car.
Mate, sort your shift times out. Seriously. I like Ranken, but I don't want to trade into him because I don't think he can play a full season. Well, he's not even playing midfield for starters, especially in the midfield. He's playing like 20% CBAs. So he won't even get DPP.
No, I don't know if I share the durability concern though. Like, I don't think he's like the Shearer type where you'd have to start the risk. I think Rankin you're fine to trade into.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a Horn Francis and you want a Smith and a Rankin or whatever, sure. Like, let's just say you don't have Smith and you don't have Rankin and you've got like a Sanders sitting there or what have you. I'd be more inclined to still grab Smith, but like Rankin should be on like your next list because like he's easily going to be top 6 at this point.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be trading in like a Tom Stewart when he's got a risk of there's a 1% chance that he gets a 9 and does a knee in the first quarter. So, but yeah, I did that anyway.
Started him. I got at least a ton out of him.
Yeah, you started him. That's all right. You had to use one trade on him.
Yeah.
I traded Leak and Campo for Bison Moraes. Great trades, mate. I still have Boxall and Patton. Not sure if I should burn a boost to remove one of them. Any suggestions? I would almost put... no, I'd put Leak out over Patton. I'd put Boxall out over Campo, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably be more inclined to hold Campo at a chance that he gets called back up. Boxall, we've not seen anything of him getting a look into the team. Whereas, who knows what's going on over at the Blues? So, yeah, I don't mind holding like Campo and Patton just because Patton you could potentially use the DPP to make some moves.
Yeah.
Whereas like Leak, you can't. So get Leak out and get Boxall out there, restricted with no DPP. So I'd probably prioritize those two first.
Yeah, and I think Boxall. And you can hold Campo for an extra week. If he doesn't play next week, he doesn't play. And if he doesn't play, you get a Sardell Hooley or a Travalia in. So, should I burn a boost to remove one of them? Yeah, I wouldn't be removing 3 of those rookies for the sake of it because there's really only 2 good rookies this week at that price. So, it wouldn't be boosting.
Agreed.
Patton, Layla, Hasty out, by Smith, Moraes in. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. It's 200K in the bank. Why not? I have Foss in flex and I have Patton to 2. But him in the forward line, bring in Whitfield, put Kako in the midfield and put Rank and Hall on. And Bice is my flex with Sin at D4. I am so confused.
I'm going to revert back to our earlier comment, Max. Please tag us on X or
something. This is Max, mate.
I love the effort, Max. I can get a picture at it. Foss and flex. Sure, you move Foss down to Bice, and then what you have Patton. And you put him in the forward line to bring in Whitfield to open up the space down back to bring in Whitfield. Fine. Then you move Kako to midfield. So then you've got a spot for Rankin. And then what you have Hall on field, I'm assuming. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I got no issues with that. That makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. I agree with what he said. Yeah,
Whatever he said.
No, Michael Voss is a Lions legend. Yeah, he is a Lions legend. He's also an idiot.
As a player, very different as coach.
Yeah. Dan Rioli is a pod. What do you think? Let's get his stats up.
I looked at him preseason because I thought it was the old Sam Flanders role.
So he's got 290s at 500. No, I wouldn't be touching him.
Not at 500.
No. Maybe 450 could be somewhat tempting. Maybe.
Little bit.
Yeah. Who's their key back? They moved Allen to full. Oh, we've talked about this. Probably Tom Cole or something like that.
Yeah.
I've gone in flex. Do I bite the bullet and trade him out to anyone? Don't have Baz or hold for another week? I'm almost like trade him.
I am too, because he's at your flex. You're not really gaining anything. And if you trade him out, you get to fix your structure. And you need to do that this week. Like, this is honestly your last chance to correct structure. Yes, you're probably going to miss out on probably Gawn's biggest score that we'll probably see for the season. Like, he'll probably do a 125, maybe a 130, you'd hope, against a SDK, a Blitzcarves, and a Stanley, if they're all running ruck duties, and a Neil if he's back in. But one player is not going to break your team. It's not going to make your team. If Gawn's in your flex because you got, say, like Cherry and TDK, just trade him. You should have done it last week, but before any major price drop. But just do it now. Get Baz in. Maybe try your hand at a Maric if you gain enough. Otherwise, save that cash for next week and bank it in for a rainy day when you need to make more upgrades.
Being devil's advocate.
Oh, God, here we go. You're meant to be God, not devil.
If Pito comes back and you have Gawn at flex, could you hold Gawn, get this score, trade out TDK next week if Pito comes back, and get in a Rowell?
I like it, actually. I like it more than my plan. The only issue is that they're missing Smith for what would be probably a spike score. Either way, you're going to miss a spike score. Main thing being that Gawn, if you hold him this week, he's got a 212 break even. So even if he does like a 130, he's going to lose a heap of cash. Let's just say he does. In a perfect world, he does 130. He's still going down to 5.8.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Given that Pitnet
surely you have Horn Francis.
I was gonna say, look for other ways to get Baz in if you can. Otherwise, I'm actually probably more in favor of the hold, just as a emergency break glass situation for TDK.
Yep. Hey lads, Sheezel and Sardis for Bison Smith. Great cash gen opportunity. How much money are you going to have in the bank? Like 260, 70 plus K. On top of whatever you have in the bank now.
What are you going to do with that cash, though? Like, Sardis, everything that I have seen so far is that he's going to play. Like, Cardwell is gone. He'll be out for 2 weeks, so he'll probably be out for 1 with hamstring awareness / tightness. There's many rumors of Parrish having to go through VFL to get match ready. The Sardis is going to come straight right off the bye. He's most likely going to play. I get why he won't get out of Sheezel. I totally get it. Everyone's been flirting with it this week. I'm still holding the faith. Like, he hasn't scored badly per se. It's just not what we expected.
Just 3-4 scores in a row.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. We paid. The only reason why we're salty about it is because we paid up for it.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. Like, it's probably a bit biased because I did this last season when he did this. I traded him out and then he popped off, and it ruined me. And I had to get him in at a higher price, so I was at a loss.
Yeah. No, I don't like trading out Sheezel. I just don't like it.
Find another way. You probably have horny man. Get rid of him, please.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the answer to these ones.
Yeah. Harry Edwards is the fullback. That's right. So you got Harry Edwards, and you're going to need another one in there. So just a Tom Cole, just chuck him around. I do have 4 rookies on field: O'Driscoll, Reed, Levi Ashcroft, Nevitt.
Yep.
4.
Wait, just what? Do you mean Murphy Reed?
Oh no, he's got mid rookies. 4 mid rookies on field.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's Murphy Reed. I was like, if you've only got 4 rookies on field, damn, you've done well.
Isn't Edwards injured? Yeah, ACL season. Oh no, that's Tom Edwards.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Harry Edwards. Again, I don't claim to know the Weagles roster, so I probably should.
Such an irrelevant list. Where's Michael?
Yeah, legit. Michael come back.
Yeah, Oscar Allen could go back, maybe.
That's fine.
Sinclair going to be 700k soon if he keeps going well. Yeah, he's a beast. He's very good. Him or Whitfield this week, and if you get either of them in, you're winning. Who are you guys going for VC and C this week? I'm doing TDK to Zorko.
Solid.
What are you doing?
Depending on my final trades, if I get in Whitfield, I'll go Zorko into Whitfield. If I don't get in Zorko, I'm probably going to take a stab at Smith as VC into Zorko.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I actually really like that. So I said in my video today, I think I said Baz could be a good VC, really good VC option. So I don't hate doing that. I'm just safe TDK. I don't know how he scores on DCAM. He hasn't really scored well on him in the past. So there's that. If I did have Whitfield, I would do Zorko into Whitfield as well. So I've had trades with Whitfield in this week. So that's what the original plan was. But yeah. Should I go Fraser, SDK, Campo out for Whitfield, Bice, and Maric, or for Roberts, Bice, and Maric? I'd go second option.
Yeah, look, I'm questioning why he didn't start Roberts. That concerns me.
Yeah, well, I think that's a given. But
that's okay. That's okay. We make the corrections now. I think. Look, Whitfield's great, but I think Roberts is just complete value, even now. So yeah, I'd be more inclined to go Roberts, Bice, and Maric as well.
Yeah. Are you trading Fraser out?
I'm still undecided, bro. I can't.
I'd hold him for a week.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, right? Is he's done 2 tons, and this is now as like a floor, essentially.
Yeah, and he's breaking. It annoys. It's not terrible.
If I put my emotions aside, and I'm not salty about the trade-in, I'm holding him. Yeah, it helps me keep my structure, helps more balance overall. Is there a bit of motivation to get Whitfield in just to kick your ass? Sure. But I might be better side.
God. Oh God!
I know. At this stage, the trades that are stands, which have sat there all day, is literally just a horny man down to Baz, and use that cash split across with Campo, and Pel. Sorry, not Pel Pepper. Who have I traded out? I'm actually trading out Kako to get Maric and Arias in.
Yep. So. Which one? I'd probably, from all the reports I'm hearing about Rowell now, I'd almost pick Rowell.
He's eating all the right grass, apparently.
Yeah, allegedly, he's found his nice, ripe grass. Yeah, he's eating the same shit the cows eat, apparently. So hopefully he doesn't get too fat. But anyway, yeah, I think Rowell. More value.
Yeah, as the value picks Rowell. there's pros and cons to both. Rowell is potentially the person that regresses after the first 7 games, as we saw last season, but he is looking a lot fitter. Apparently, he's got like a sprint coach, and yeah, it could just be like a natural progression sort of year where he does be a bit more consistent, sure. But then you got Zorko, who you're paying up for now at 620, so you're 20k behind everyone else essentially. You're not getting back the 135 average. Like, you're not getting him for that average. He averages whatever he gets now for you and your team. I think Gold Coast have a better run. Like, yes, Zorko has a really good run this game, but I'm probably leaning to Rowell.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's try bloody zoom through this, I reckon. Gee, we got 56 people watching now. It's bloody amazing. Cheers, lads.
Let's go.
Pretty sure he was subbed. I don't know who he's talking about. Edwards. Yeah, who knows? Thoughts on Witts as second ruck for his value? I don't hate it.
A few people start him, actually. He's
like 34. At least. He might be 35.
I mean, look, he did a 144 against West Coast. He did 109 on Gawn. Got O'Brien, Adelaide, then he's got Sherry, then he's got Nank, then he's got Grundy, then he's got McInerney, then he's got Inglis.
He's 32.
He's gone. Him and Gawn at the same age, and it looks like he's coming up on top at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Only 32.
Or 33.
I think 33.
Stewie's 32. That's what I was thinking of. Look, honestly, I'd probably prefer going like a Meek instead of Witts. That's
or a Briggs.
Yeah, if you want pure value, you got Briggs. Absolutely.
Alrighty. Need to get rid of
question.
Flynn as Ruck. Why do you have to get rid of Flynn? I don't see the issue of holding Flynn this week. Oh, it's shambles. It's a shambles. Okay. Think of getting need. He needs to get rid of. I don't think you need to. Do you? Do you need to get rid of him this week?
I actually don't think you do. Like, I've seen a few people have discussions about this, and I think Pig Mentality had a really good say on this. This is probably not the week to get rid of him because it's best 18. You can afford to hold him. You're getting kissed by best 18. Hold him.
Oh, I've been kissed all right.
No, you've been kissing us, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, mate, no, I've been flogged. You bloody get dropped round 1. Thinking of making value by removing JHF and then bringing in Witts. Here we go, another Witts. Oh, it's the same bloke.
Yep.
Witts as the Ruck and Geelong rookie Klahisi. Don't get Klahisi. Are you the same?
Yeah, don't go there. He's a Chris Scott.
Chris Scott, man. Chris Scott is an idiot. As the remaining forward for potential 50k increase. Nah, I wouldn't be doing this.
No.
I would almost just hold Flynn for a week, try and make other correctional trades that you need to make, and then make sure you have enough money to do Flynn to a Ruck next week, where you can either trade 2 players or just Flynn to someone next week. I think you'll be much more happy with your structure if you do so.
If you're looking for a plan, just go get cash in the bank somehow this week and just go Flynn to Briggs. Like, it's the simplest emergency case to get Flynn out.
Yeah. Would you get rid of Rosie for Rowell or rather get JHF out and get Maric and Humphrey?
Second option every day of the week.
Second option easily. So Gorn was in my flex for that reason, hoping for some big scores, expecting Pitto to come back in somewhat soon. Yeah, I'm in the hold camp if you go flex, to be honest. If Sherry was to get injured, which other ruck would you consider apart from TDK? Now,
here we go.
I was watching this game. And I think I texted in our little chat for the for our review crew chat, and I said, Sherry, 50 or under 50 this week. When he went off and then he came back on and he was holding his hammy. I reckon he held his hammy 12 times in about 12 ruck contests, like straight after them as well.
Hmm.
I don't know how he's right. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, it must have just been a cork. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't wish injury upon anyone, and I never will. But a bit of me was a little bit happy when he went down in.
I think
the
everyone
first
who's a
quarter on
non-owner
one.
was just like, yes.
It was like,
Yes.
I've held Flynn for a 0. All these guys got 630k primo for a 0.
Yeah, legit.
But anyway, no, it's good that he's all right. He still didn't score that well anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, if he is, let's say he is injured and he's not playing this week. Let's say he's not playing. I think he is. I'm pretty certain he is.
Oh, let's just say he's a trade-out. Let's just say he's gone for 2 to 5 weeks. So you have to trade him out. And who are you going to?
I'm going to Marshall.
Yep. 100% agree. He's the first one that comes to mind. If you, for whatever reason, couldn't afford it or you wanted to move cash elsewhere, I mean, I'd probably look at Nank. Still looks all right. I don't mind the Nank pick. Meek has a nice fixture, but the top one I'd be looking at is definitely Marshall.
Now, I'll shoot you one. Let's say this happens and then Pitto comes back the week after.
I'm holding Gorney and I'm getting into Marshall.
Do you know if Sherry?
Nope.
Oh, you got Gorn.
Yep. I got
So let's say you had Gorn and TDK.
Yeah.
And Sherry is now out for 3 to 5.
Yeah.
TDK now is playing mostly forward because Pitto's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to Marshall straight away.
Marshall and who else?
Probably Marshall and Nank.
Nank.
It's either Nank or Mick.
I'd probably go Briggs.
I know you would, Mr. Value.
and then you pick. I'm gonna pick Sherry up in round just after his bye. He drops some cash. He's going to be a little bit cheaper, and then I'll have Mr. Kieran Briggs at flex. Glorious.
That's nice. That's a lot of trades to use in a ruck line, though.
Oh mate, I haven't used one yet in the ruck line, so I've used.
That's true.
Also on Dacos in the next 2 weeks, next week or 2. Yeah, I think Dacos should be one of the first upgrades you look at. I think people are really overstating how quickly they're going to be making proper upgrades.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking the same. Everyone's like, "Oh, like next week I'm going to go for this, that." I'm like, guys,
how?
It's a lot.
How are you going to do it?
How? It's also like it's a long season. Like if you go too early and you move all your rooks that are making cash, it will slow down most of the time unless there's like massive spike scores. Yeah, you're not going to be able to you might get some upgrades quickly, but then you've kind of like put a stop to your cash gen because you're getting all these like 99k rooks that barely get a game in.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You get him in after Sydney. You don't get him in the next 2. You get him in 3.
I feel like upgrades aren't going to happen till round 7 trades.
Yeah, legit. Like a lot of people are trying to get Dacos in for the Anzac game because he always goes nuts there.
Yeah, but it's just not going to happen.
Nah, Dacos will do some weird shit and go up in price by then.
Unless Flynn comes back this week.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I got to start charging you for every time you say the word Flynn.
Oh, it's the hope that kills you.
It is.
Everyone streams on a Wednesday night. How about you, Johnny? Come lately, go on the dead SuperCoach night of Tuesday. Mate, last night was popping off for bloody streams. Was it last night?
Who was streaming last night?
Or was it? No, that was the. Was that the? No, last night. Insider.
Was that last night? Or was that Monday night?
No, because Monday was DR and us.
That was Sunday, bro.
No, I was on there last night. Wait, DR was Sunday.
DR was a Sunday night. Monday night we did our review crew.
And then
you jumped
after, didn't I?
And then you did the insider one after, because I was like, damn, you're doing 2 streams in one night. Tuesday is actually dead, because I think it was last week? Last week I did like a trade talk stream and it popped off because it is actually dead on Tuesdays.
You know, I'll try and do Tuesdays, but I can't promise you guys that I can do it before 8:30. So it's going to be like an 8:30 stream.
I promise you 8:30 streams pop, bro.
Yeah.
They pop. Everyone's climbing into bed. They want their fix.
Yeah. I think I've calmed down on the Sheezel to Whitfield trade now. Good man.
Joshy. Good job, man. Joshy.
Well done, JG. Do you guys know what JG scored this week? I don't know if it's been
said.
Has it been said enough? I don't know.
I can't remember. I think it was it was too big to remember, honestly.
I think it was
2000 and
was it 56?
I think it was 56.
I think it was 66.
My goodness.
56. I wouldn't remember anyone else's score, but he said it about no, he didn't say it deliberately, but he got asked about it about 50 times.
Yeah.
And he loved it every time. And
if he's here, I'm watching that group chat to just watch him absolutely crack it.
This is why we need a SuperCoach TV guy.
This is a hard thing, though.
Who was going to do that? DR was going to do it.
DR was going to do it. JG, he's here in the chat. I can just see you commented it. This is like the hard thing about doing a TV guide. One, Wednesdays are usually my night off from streams.
Yeah.
Tuesdays are usually a night off from streams. The only nights that I'll usually stream is Monday night with the review crew, and then a Saturday night one for the SuperCoach After Dark, which is now a thing. They're the only 2 streams I'll usually do, and there's only one on my channel. The other are all videos. But like, this is spontaneous to hop on with you. Like, I just happen to be free from a certain time. Like, yeah. And since I didn't even know you streamed ever.
Oh, it's very rare. It's very rare. Well, it hasn't happened in over a year. But we're popping off here.
Yeah.
It was just got subbed out due to being a tool in a smashing. Yeah, fair enough. Both of you have hit the live grind hard, been catching up on sleep since Sunday night. You guys are weapons. Well, I mean, lives are just easier.
It's more fun too. Like it's just good
more
engagement.
Fun. I mean, I don't like clicking record button and speaking. It's good, right? It's enjoyable. We enjoy doing it, but it's like it's almost like you're speaking just to no one. Here you're answering like people's comments. You know what I mean?
You've got a hot list of topics that you're going to cover on a broad basis because no one's asking you specific questions, and it's like you can only get so far. But when you have the interaction element like live streams, you know, people can give you exact scenarios and you can go into as much depth as you want, spend as much time as you want on it. You don't have to be like, oh, I don't want to make the video too long or too short, or there's less worry, and you can just have a nice casual chat.
Exactly. VC TDK into C Gorn. I haven't heard this one yet.
I feel like you're going to be taking TDK regardless. I think you might back out of the Gorn C. Goodness,
I mean, if TDK goes 120, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I mean, look, after all the chaos that's happened in the last 2 rounds,
even if he's mate, if it's if it's anything above 115, I'll take it. I reckon. Actually, probably not. I don't know. Depends. VC Gorn into C Neil for me. Can't believe I'm backing in those past
I actually don't hate the Gorn VC either. I think he's
No,
there's a lot
Gordon
of
VC
weight.
is perfectly fine. And C.
Yeah.
Neal is very good as well.
Yep, solid.
Ranken and Rowell, flavour of the month. See it every year. Yeah, it just feels different this year. I don't know. It feels different.
Then we also heard that before as well.
No, but he's got more outside game. Last year was just inside game. He's had 3 games over 30 disposals. He's had
Yeah, that's true.
he's probably had sub 10 in his career. Awesome work. Cheers, mate. When you factor in mid-time CBAs, Rowell is basically scoring the same as Humphrey. I haven't really thought of it that way. I'm kind of hoping Humphrey's CBAs go down because Flanders gets more tog.
I also wonder if Tuke playing forward sticks though.
Yeah, that's weird. Why is Tuke playing forward?
So he kicked 3. Like he's not
Did
a
he?
horrible.
I
forward
didn't
by any
really watch
means.
that.
I didn't either, but he kicked 3. It looked good. Don't get me wrong, but are they purposely moving Tuke out for Humpty? Like, is that Dimmer's love child that he's just trying to get more CBAs into?
The new Dusty.
Don't know.
Get out. Get out.
Blocked.
Get out of the stream. No, leave the stream. I don't want you here anymore. Hayden Fleming, get out. If Melbourne are smart, they give Harvey Viney's mid minutes before their 2 midfielders leave, who they drafted Langford to replace. Only issue with Langford going into that midfield with Petrarca and Clary is that is just way too one-paced, in my opinion. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Viney's quicker than Langford.
And that's the thing, though, right? Is you look at Langford and you look at Track, like they're very similar builds. Like Track is the one that can kind of do a stiff arm, don't argue, and kind of keep trying to battle through it. And Langford's very much that sort of build as well. He's not a scrawny kid by any means, but Viney's that more agile that can, kind of weave through traffic a little bit more, a little bit faster. Like, yeah, they're going to be too one-dimensional if they have all those 3 in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, Langford's an absolutely athletic freak, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. Viney's got too much. I don't know, lack of a better word. He's got too much respect, for lack of a better word.
Yeah,
he's earned his time in the midfield.
The toughness he has is just unmatched.
Yeah.
No love for Darcy Cameron. True. Darcy Cameron's another one. Just probably the best ruckman in the league as well. So
all right. Passing your time, mate. Getting delusional.
All right, we'll go one question for one question, so we bloody zoom through this. All right.
Done.
I'll shoot this one to you, Maric, or get rid of JHF and go Maric.
Oh, just get Maric. Easy. As much as I'm hating on the horny man, just get Maric in.
I would do Horn Francis to Maric.
This is my question. Bugger off.
Listening to WA radio, and it seems Bailey Williams is pretty set on being the ruck for West Coast, and clearly Flynn can't beat him out for a spot. Well, he should be able to, because bloody Bailey Williams is like the worst ruckman I've ever seen. So, mate, how do you give up 35 hit outs and bloody 20 plus disposals to Jackson?
Guys, you can't talk about Flynn or Ruckman at West Coast anymore. You got to set him off, and we're going to be here for another hour just talking about West Coast.
This is your one, mate.
Fanny Bad Smith, good idea with all the DPP mids becoming forwards soon, or bad idea because could be a decent keeper. If you're going to have to pick one to fade or drop for like the DPP mids coming forwards, it's Horny Man. I think Baz has the more potential to be a keeper than Horny Man at the moment. Like, if you get out of Horn Francis into Smith, you now then get to watch to see if he's actually going to be around that mark. And if he's not, you've kind of banked the cash and made better moves to be able to bring one of those players in my opinion. So I think you don't face Smith. I think it's impossible. You're going against 73% of the competition at this point. Like, you're just going to get behind the pack.
Agreed. Ha ha ha. Yeah, no, you got asked. That's fair. You did get asked. However,
probably got asked by 10 of his burner accounts.
Yeah. We don't know who asked you. We actually don't know who asked you specifically, and the smirk on your face was undeniable. That smirk was, mate. It was from the bottom of your nose to the bottom of your chin. That it was massive. All right. I'll do this one because that doesn't really count. Say I really wanted Maric, Humpty, Baz, and Marius. Is it viable to pass on Baz this week? Lowest break even by a fair way? No. And only because I would say yes if he wasn't playing Melbourne.
At GMHBA.
Melbourne at GMHBA. It could sound outrageous. It could be 150. And I wouldn't take the risk, to be honest. But yeah, I would get, if you had to pick three of them, I'd get Maric, Baz, and Marius this week, and then see how Humpty scores against a good side in Adelaide, and then have a crack at Humpty next week. I reckon if Humpty scores 110, you pick him as a keeper next week. Alrighty. There you go, mate.
Day-to-day costs and Camperelli to Marius thoughts. I mean, at first glance, sure. I don't mind it. It's probably a bit early on day costs because he's got tags incoming, but he's not going to feel the tag as much as Day would in the upcoming games. So, at a glance, yes, I'm all for those trades because you're going to want day costs at some point. If you can get him in now and worry about other things, sure, go for it.
Hopefully they actually tag Day this time and not jump off Day after one quarter.
Yeah, we'll see about
that. Is Boyd a dead rookie? Boyd, who's... Oh, Harry Boyd. Yeah, you just, unless Marshall gets injured, you'd assume so. Yeah. Alrighty. All yours, mate.
The idea of SuperCoach talkback is so good, but people don't want to show their face or reveal their voice, just chats. And that's totally fair as well. It does take a certain personality type to want to be able to get up and talk and be confident about sharing their opinions and having talks. So whether you are in chat or you do partake in like DR's talkback, we just appreciate you guys hanging out more than anything. And whether it is chats or voice or whatever it might be on X, we just love the engagement irrespectively. So whatever you're comfortable with suits us perfectly just fine. We want you guys to enjoy it just as much as us. So totally
exactly
here, mate.
Right. 100% agree. Bloody, I'm loving this. It's enjoyable. Massive week last week. Want to continue my momentum. Got Henderson, Nevitt, Hewitt, 99k loop mid. Anyone I really need to boost, trade out, likely to Marius. Also looking VC Zorko, C Sherry. I mean, you I don't know. It depends who's your R3. Because if your R3 is Harry Boyd, you'd be looping with him. So I would almost get whoever your 99k rook is out to Marius. That's what I would be doing if I was in your situation, mate.
Agreed.
Same question pretty much. Is Finn Callahan a concern? It's a little bit of a concern, but I wouldn't worry about him.
He's going to go nuts this week.
Yeah. Righty.
I can't believe only 2 players against North have only scored over 120 in Laird and Oliver. I'm not sure if it's an easy matchup for players this year so far. Yeah, this is the thing, right? Is we kind of waltz into certain games, thinking like North, Richmond, West Coast are like easy pickings. But North is kind of turning a corner, I think, and they're not as easy as we expect. So I think a lot of SuperCoach is just managing your expectations. Like you get butthurt a lot because we buy players at a certain price because we're expecting a 115, 120, ... And we assume they're never going to have a down game. And then when they do, we like get into that rage trade kind of mental space. We all do it. Hard to not do it. Don't get me wrong. But just understand that not all teams are easy. And sometimes the players are just going to be off their game. It's got nothing to do with who they're playing against. They're just going to be off. Could be Gorn is a perfect example. Apparently, there's other stuff going on, and it affected his output. Sure, no worries. But North are looking different this year, I will say.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna cut off at Jack's comment at 10:45. So we've got about 15 comments to get through.
Do it.
Alrighty. I've got the extension. I just prefer light mode. I don't know.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer. I like just the classic SuperCoach look. I don't know. It's just me.
Is it? Are you trying to tie into your God thing, and it's like nice and bright and light, like heaven? Is that what you're trying to do here, God?
I've got the extension. Look, here we go.
Oh, see, that's much better.
I'll keep it on it for now. If you guys clearly want to see it like this, so I'll keep it on there.
Got to do it for you.
Alrighty. G'day, lads. How are we going? First time in Norway today when it's been a sunny day and 15 degrees in months. So I'm up and about. Mate, go to the beach. Crack open some some Ronas. Mate, you might need to get the esky out because the beers might go warm pretty quickly. 15 degrees. I tell you what, that's huge.
That's go get your refoil out and work on that tan.
Yeah, mate, exactly right, mate. Just lie in the sun all day, mate. Have a swim. What else can you, mate? Get the Norwegians into cricket. Why not? Why don't you? So, I don't know. Play some tennis. Yeah, it's all yours, mate.
Windsor and Pickett back this week, have been training in the centre bounces this week. That's interesting. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pickett get some CBAs at the moment as well to just fix some glaring issues that are currently happening with Melbourne. Like Melbourne are pretty much in a state like the Blues where they're up for trying any different mixes, which makes it tricky. Like I am worried about Henderson. I still would be worried about a Langford if you're looking to bring him in. It's like I got Henderson in last week just because I needed the extra cash. It's just one of those things that I kind of have to go by. He's made cash as 9K rookie, so we got something out of him at least. But definitely want to watch. The question that does spark from this is: are there any concerns about Lindsay? I don't think so because Lindsay. Did Lindsay and Windsor play together yet?
Yeah, round one.
Round one. Yeah, cool. So there's no issues there.
Yeah, no issues. I think Windsor was playing wing.
Yeah, so you had Lindsay on one wing and Windsor on the other.
Yeah, or maybe Windsor was playing half back. I don't
or something like that.
Yeah. Considering trading Boyd to Closey and putting Archer Reid in ruck to cover Meek for his bye. I mean, yeah, you'd probably put Reid in ruck to cover for Meek's bye anyway. You would have thought. But trading Boyd, it's a 99K dead rookie, but you can be used as your loop all year, like once it's back to best 23. So I'd almost say, and Geelong Closey, I wouldn't be getting a rookie. I mean, like rookie can harp on about it for probably 2 hours of how great Chris Scott is as a coach, but how annoying he is in SuperCoach. So, I mean, yeah, I think just scrap that trade altogether, to be honest.
Yeah. Rosie out will be able to get a 580K mid with SPP in one trade. I mean, it's not you're using 2 trades, so it's not as cheap as you think. And you're pretty much sidewaysing very early keep Rosie. Don't do this. Rosie's going to come back and probably pop out another 125 or something like that. And then you're going to be kicking yourself because we didn't tell you off for doing it. If we just said go through with it, you'd probably come back to us and be like, hey, talk me out of this.
Yeah.
But no,
exactly
don't do it.
right.
No. Save a trade. Save 2. Don't do it.
100%
Sam Powell-Pepper's
agree.
still going to make money too. So
Yeah. I kept telling my mate, no Flynn R2, and of course, God does it. Bugger off, Causa.
would you expect anything less?
Jonas, I'm trading out Rosie out, round 12 bye this week. Need Baz and Humpty. Mate, why? You started these players knowing that they had the round 12 bye. Why all of a sudden you just like, oh, don't want all these players in the round 12 bye? Rosie was always going to have some sort of floor game at some point anyway. And just because it's happening in the third week, everyone's getting rid of him. Don't get rid of him. Don't be a bloody dumbass. I mean, seriously, if it works out, mate, come abuse me. I don't care. But yeah, it's just not right. Get a horny man out. Get a short out. Find any other way but Rosie. Or any midfielder, actually. Any midfielder, mid-price. So there's not really any that need to be traded, I don't think. Don't forget he had 13 hitouts to 68 in his audition in round 1. Oh, don't even get me started.
Guys, don't test the man.
Here you go, mate, JG.
Oh, Josh, mate. How are you? What do? You spent 2.4 mil on Neil. She's gone, and Hoyman man's need to left up scoring well. Yeah, look, that's fair point, mate. Fair point. I will quickly interrupt if Max is still listening because he did post the team. So thank you for doing that, mate. Looking at the team with the trades that you've made, I don't hate it. I think it's balanced.
I need to have a look at this.
I'm not sure if he's tagged you in it or anything like that. Can you see it?
Not. No.
I'll tag God and he can comment on it later before we wrap up.
Yeah.
But overall, I still don't think Rosie is a need to get out. But you've got some decent players there, some potties, some not. So yeah, if you're still here, mate, go through with it. Be different. See how you make up changes.
The fact that JG has these players and he's scoring so well, what the... His team must be perfect regardless. I don't understand. But who knows?
This man also messaged me.
He definitely has Washcroft.
100%.
100%.
I must be doing something right though, because this man messaged me purely just to tell me we're not in any leagues, and he had to add me as a rivalry. So bring it on, Joshy.
Cam Hall, buy some Arias must-haves, or can you fade one? You can fade one. You don't need both. What do you reckon? Don't need both. You probably don't need either if all your rookies are fine.
Agree. That was the only thing I'd add to that. If all your rookies are playing and making cash, saying these guys are must-haves is a stretch. But if you've got the only people I might be consider trading out is maybe a Kako or a Hewitt if you really, really want a Bice or Moraes and you need to swing them into flex or whatever. But outside of those two people, if you got a Campo or a Boxall or a Hasty or a Sheldrick still, I've seen some people have Sheldrick, get them out. Get them out of your team now and get those people in.
Oh, bugger off, Jonas. Seriously. Oh my God. Flynn couldn't touch Witt's nipples. He should get some advice from Clarkson. I do remember that clip.
Oh God, another George Hewitt comment. Dude, I can't.
Yeah, no, don't even. No, you know what? I will report the next person.
I love it.
I'm sick of the George Hewitt comments this week. It's bloody despicable.
Yeah, when I see Joshua come back in and start mentioning George Hewitt, I might just block him.
Oh, no. Yeah, exactly, mate. Baz is an absolute lock. There's no way he goes 30% disposal efficiency ever again. Yeah, he's probably leaving to Hawthorn, isn't he? Isn't he?
Hawthorn's going after everyone. Apparently, they're going after Reed as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh.
What has Josh said?
Second last comment.
How do I report people on StreamYard?
Oh,
Jesus
boy.
Christ. All right, so we got a few more comments to go. I've gone. Yeah, you can take this one, mate.
All right, you go on Chera. Already don't like it. Bridge and pay now for Zorko Humphrey bias. I would. Zorko's probably past getting. Yes, he has a good one, but you're breaking structure to get him, and you're trading out Chera, who is playing well, even in a dismal Blues team at the moment. Again, Bridge, I can understand the trade out. I'm also considering it. I don't mind it if you want to, and something helps get you to Zorko. But honestly, I would be giving Chera more time. He's hasn't done anything wrong, so there's no reason to trade him out. He's got plenty more cash to make up. Bridge can probably still make some cash if he gets back to maybe an 80 average, more of a mid scoring potential than what we've seen. I would honestly, the only thing I'm confident in this is patent device. It's the only thing I would be doing.
Yep, agreed. 100% agreed. Thanks, Mikey. Appreciate the support, mate. All right, two more comments. The thought scares me. Jonas Mitchell. Oh, this thought scares me, Jonas. Mitchell will get Reed or Butters as well.
Yeah, all are going after everyone.
Jesus Christ. Why Hawthorn are going to have the best list ever. All right, this is the last comment. Thoughts about Foster Moraes and Lindsay to Maric. Have all the main rookies that are going to generate cash now. Also, only missed one. I missed is Hall from Saints and Cost, but happy with everyone else. Don't trade out Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I can't stress it enough. Yeah, no, don't trade out Lindsay please. And Jack, I'm pretty sure you're pretty good ranked as well. Like, don't ruin your rank by trading out Lindsay.
Well, you won't feel it now, but in 6 weeks you will when Lindsay's made enough cash to, or is at a point where he's a potential M9 and he's worthwhile holding while you're struggling to, get cash generating. Where we've got an easy 1 up, 1 down from Lindsay that gets us that extra promo.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think that's it. That's it for now. Sorry if we didn't get to your question. We've been going for bloody 3 hours. Bloody.
Well, you have.
Geez. I've been going for 3 hours. It's actually felt pretty quick, to be honest.
That's what I mean. Time flies when you're streaming and you're engaging. Yeah. It's so much fun. A little fun highlight thing that happened. I've now clocked over 500 subs. How good!
Everyone say congratulations in the comments, mate. Go over, and if you haven't already, sub to Rookie Coach and sub to Brad SuperCoach Pro as well. He was on the stream earlier, so and sub to Rookie Coach. Let's get him to 600. Let's get him to 600. Shit. Yeah, all 50 people on here. Probably half of them already sub to you, more maybe. Who knows?
Probably. So it's always the same.
The remaining subscribe to bloody Rookie Coach. He's a superstar and he's a ripper of a bloke, and he doesn't have Flynn R2, so he actually knows how to play SuperCoach. So
the only thing that matters is that last point of not having Flynn.
Oh boy! And here we go. Are you close to overtaking Brad?
Don't know. What's Brad's count? I really don't pay that much attention. Like, the only reason why 500 is a milestone is because it means that we can.
He's on 532.
Oh shit! I'm hunting for him. I'm hunting for him.
Yeah.
No, big shout out to Brad. Big shout out to Brad though.
Yeah, Brad, go subscribe to Brad as well. SuperCoach Pro. absolute ripper of a bloke. Sub to him. All the 45 people left in here, go sub to him. There you go. Congrats, rookie mate. We love the content from both of you. Thank you very much. Sub to us both this week after DR's stream. See, that's the advantage of getting around to all the different streams and free subs.
Getting around. I know this is fact. I don't even know. It has to be fact.
He's probably broken more side mirrors than he has subs. But
cracked more eggs on his head than subs at this point.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's the stream, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to me as well, because we're going for 2K. We're going for 2K by the end of the year, and that's the first time I've said that. So
get this man there.
We're going to try get to 2K, and hopefully we can. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and good luck for this week. Cheers.